Hey
Hi,
guys.
Jeff. I saw you so recently.
Shirley, shalom, shalom.
Deco, hello.
Hi, Carl.
Hi.
Can. I don't really want to. Like, I switch my camera off.
Camera.
Then I'd rather your head wasn't in our thing, yeah?
Tina, hello.
Hello, Shingles. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Literally walking around and doing Zoom, 300 other things going on.
Nice.
Leanne,
and
we
I'm
believe
happy to
you're
see you
joining the
here.
Aussies soon.
Hello, Charles.
Yes.
Hello.
Let us know when you land, even though I'm in Melbourne.
January.
Oh, amazing.
Jelly, hello. How you doing?
Is everyone safe there in Israel?
We are. It was quite funny. I checked. Somebody spoke to me today and said, "How did you sleep last night?" I said, "I slept perfectly." And they said, "We can't believe it. There was noise." I'm like, "I never heard a thing." So
Really?
fine. Yeah.
Any further update on what happened yesterday with that oak in Australia?
Well, what updates do you want?
Why? Who?
No one knows yet.
Well,
Mental,
they do know. It's on- it is on
mental
the news.
illness.
Yeah,
It's
since
my
age
camera, it's turned
17. It's all on the
Is the baby
news.
okay?
And what was his background?
Baby's in stable condition.
That's stopping the recording.
Levitas.
Who's that?
Just have a look at the Australian
Okay.
news. You'll find it.
Go back
Guy,
to Springs.
I want to
Go
hear
back
your
to
Hebrew
Springs.
accent.
Go back to Springs.
Oh, my goodness, guys.
That must be Karmovitz, surely.
Oh,
It is.
wow.
How's it, Carmen?
Can't do
All
anything
right.
with it.
Didn't get any sleep
Hey,
last
yeah,
night.
you.
I'm sure not.
You're
Hey, looking good, man.
Want to bring it in my
Pinky.
pocket and just listening to the things.
Anthony Jeff. Wow. What
I'm going to have a
legend.
black view at the moment in my pocket.
Johnny
Hello.
Schneider, you've got a beard.
Yeah, I grew one
Oh, wow. Cool.
are you?
G'day,
Johnny
I wanted to know how many people ultimately matriculated at Linksfield?
That's a great
Over
question.
200.
Sorry, how many?
200. 203.
Wow.
Wow.
And of the 203, how many did you get responses from?
101 have registered.
Yoni and Aliza, there you go.
Hello. Yes, Alice. Hello, everyone.
I think it's better like that.
Who's that?
So,
Shelley, you
Susan, how are you?
Manchester fan.
I'm good. How are you? Sorry, I'm just
Hey.
trying to
Very
log into
well.
my laptop and I'm just having a few issues here. So I'm using my phone. Hello.
Boy,
Hi,
I was
Susie.
just saying when we were there with you last, it was so hot.
I know. It's a beautiful day in London.
I just cover the camera like that now.
Except her plans somewhat changed. They were due to fly to Israel, but their plans have
Unfortunately,
changed.
I know. Very gutted, but just as long as we're all safe, what can we do?
Oh, there, Melissa and Amanda are in unison. Great.
Everyone.
Oh, shit.
No.
It's not changing for the different people talking. It's really irritating. Well, sometimes it is. I don't know.
On your
It's
phone,
on
you
two
got to
different
swipe.
pages. Mm.
Dina, if you're on your phone, you must swipe to the left or the right, up and down. I'm not sure. But you got to move your screen. Is it working?
Aliza and Yoni, are all the Beit Shemesh people sitting together?
We should have organized it like that, eh?
Yeah.
Hopefully Ryan's on. I don't know if he's on.
There's Stefan.
Where?
Perhaps I
That's
saw
fine.
Ryan running, jogging like 10 minutes ago. But he wouldn't miss this, Ryan.
Andy, you're
I
driving.
switched
Just
my
be
microphone
safe.
off for now.
Multitasking. Oh my God, Tammy, you have not changed one bit.
Oh my God.
Darren Matthews, all the way from Melbourne.
Darren, I don't see one picture without you in a stadium. Not one picture without you being in a stadium.
David Jankolovich. Jeez, wow.
Run, we live like 20 minutes from each other and we have to meet like this.
Pretty pathetic.
Craig Neeson, are you still flying aeroplanes?
I am.
Oh, amazing.
Craig Neeson became an uncle to a little boy about 6 weeks ago.
Ah, Mazel
Mazel tov.
tov.
Thank you.
Kevin Rothschild, I was hoping to see you in Sydney.
Whose voice is that in the background?
Guys, put on your cameras, those that aren't on. We all have to show ourselves eventually.
Yep. The whole point.
Andy, where are you driving to?
Sorry, guys, I'm just doing a lift scheme. It's like the middle of the day.
Yeah, Uber mom.
And I'll be home in like 5 minutes, so it was just to kind of start.
Drive carefully.
Thanks. My kids think
Gary
it's like a bit
Rubin.
crazy.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi,
That's
Pammy.
awesome.
Do we have any of the teachers on?
I did invite a few.
Hi, Anthony.
Hi there.
Shame Mrs. Richardson said today she's so sorry she can't come, but she really, really, really means that she remembers us all so well and she loved us and she did apologize for being very strict.
Lorraine said she's going to try and pop on as soon as she can.
Oh, brilliant. And Mrs. Sachs, was she busy?
I never asked her.
Oh, shame.
Going on.
They're still teaching.
Jeffrey Salomon. Wow, haven't seen you in 30 years. Sally Bubanene. You muted, Jeff.
Tony Fine.
7 years, I think, God.
30 years,
Hi.
Jeff. 30, bro. We haven't seen you in 30
No,
years.
since I've known you.
Hope to get out of the garage.
How it's it?
How time get out?
Hi everyone, how you all doing?
Yeah. How you
Where
mate?
is that voice? Let's find
Hi.
him.
Some of
Wait,
it.
Shirley.
Robin. Hey.
Shirley and Shirley.
Wait, who's that? Who said that?
That's Terry Ginsburg. Terry Ginsburg.
It's in that little thing, no?
What's the matter?
Yeah, in the car.
Liat. Liat. Hey.
Coming home from a run. You can't. Gonna leave
We're going to start at about quarter past 20 past.
Wow, was it good?
103 registered and so far 64 people are on. So let's just give them a little bit of time if that's okay. Hi, Sharon. You're muted.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Para.
Sharon.
I can't believe that 3 of you guys have taught or are teaching my kids. It blows my mind.
Who are the teachers?
Hey, Hellman. Brian, how's it, man?
So who are the teachers?
I'm one of the teachers that taught half your children.
Yeah, who else?
I'm one of the teachers who taught half your children and still teaching most of them.
Hi guys.
Hi, Hellman.
Yeah, Hellman turns his camera off when he wants to secretly have a cigarette. So bye. I'll be
Oh,
back.
there you are, Howie. Hello.
I'll be back in 5. I'm not going anywhere unless you can handle me smoking.
No, we
You've
totally
been out of
fine with
school for
that.
30 years. You're a big boy. You can make your own mind.
There's no secondary smoke here, so it's fine.
I still haven't stopped smoking since the toilets by the shul at school.
Me too.
Anyway.
Jeez, hey, Zev.
What's up?
How's it,
Hi,
man?
Tony Croc.
Hi, Hellman.
How's it going?
Good. You boy? You good? You look good?
I'm good, all fine.
Good.
It's so nice to see everybody.
So nice.
Snoopy,
I can hear
where's
you, but I
Snoopy? I'd
can't
like to
see
see
you.
Snoopy's face.
Hi,
Kagan,
Tony.
what's with the rabbi beard?
Snoopy's hiding away with her wine.
Shush. There you go.
We agreed I can smoke, she can have a glass of wine. It's fine.
Verbal. Just put your mute on.
Oh gosh.
It's actually quite amazing to see how little people have changed.
Grant, you really need your eyes checked.
How do you know he's speaking?
Seriously?
I'm very confusing this.
Quite amazing.
The name
Hi,
comes
Bye.
up on the bottom.
Oh.
Well, Mark has the top.
Snyder.
Where's Romy and Greg? Are they on here yet?
Yeah.
They're having sex in the toilet.
Who said that?
OTT.
All the secrets come out.
Romy and Greg.
Brian,
Hi, guys.
how are you?
Good, good. Where are you guys?
Out for lunch
In Joburg.
in Joburg. In Joburg.
Oh, okay.
Not
Good.
far from school, actually.
Howie.
Hi, guys.
Well, having watched our matric video, there were very much many who landed up then together and got married. Quite amazing.
We went together then.
There was a few, yes.
Who, Shelley?
A few.
Who?
Like, I don't know, go through the list. Oh my God, there's Ryan drinking up
How's
a
it?
storm.
I just got back from a run. How are you,
I
Charles?
had a
Good to
feeling.
see you, eh?
Hello, Ryan.
Yes. Jeez, Grunty, how you, Butchie?
How's it, pal?
Yes, so where you calling
How you,
me
my
from?
boy?
Oz.
You good?
Listen, last night I'm exhausted. Last night I was up. I mean, I didn't sleep. I was literally
None of us slept.
on red alert the whole night.
Don't make any excuses for not sleeping last night, man.
None of us got any sleep
Had a
last
coffee,
night.
yeah.
Ivan,
Jesus,
is
hectic, huh?
Ares going to join us?
I think I must be the only Israeli that slept last night. I actually slept really well. Anyway. Me, Shelley.
Hi, Shelley.
In Renana.
You took my advice, Shelley. You had your candles and your protected stuff, and you
I
got
said the
a full night.
Shema and I thought, that's it. There's nothing
There we
I can
go.
do. Good night. I'm going to bed. And that was it. Turned off the lights, woke up this morning and everything was peaceful. So
Thank
Ah,
God.
I
it
don't
was
know what
proper
they're saying in
hectic.
Israel, but I think the IDF must have done a great job.
they did. They did an amazing job. Wow, wow, wow. They did an incredible job.
It was hectic. It was proper hectic. There was literally fighter jets over my house the entire night. Entire time, right? Shooting stuff
Ryan,
down.
where in Israel do you live?
I live in Ramat Beit Shemesh. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so like, yeah. I mean, my mates in Jerusalem, they were in bomb shelters. It was our own Jerusalem. And we're very close actually to like what's an unknown but nuclear. It's a nuclear military site. So pretty much all the Arab nations know about it. They try to bomb it every single time. So that's very, very highly protected. So we've actually got an Air Force base that's just right by it. So you often see the F-15s, F-16s taking off all the time, and they're just flying around and shooting things from it. It's like one of Israel's unknown stuff.
But you know about it.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's unknown now, so it's good that you've told a group of like 100 people all the safe secrets of the country.
Irani, how you put it? I can't believe I haven't seen you in so long, man.
Yeah,
Crazy,
it's been a while.
It's nice to see you. Geez.
I'm here pretending to work while I'm on, so all good.
At least some of us have got work. Eh? I'm on Avtala. Yeah.
Hey, Lee
Jeez, is
Fox,
that
you can be
Zev?
the photographer here tonight. I tried to ask Donna Zolberg to join from Perth, but they've got a clash with a Tefillah service that they're running at their their shul, so she'll try join a bit later. She said nobody will probably remember her because she left in year 10. I'm like, so many people left school, but we all remember everyone some way, somehow.
Oh, was that Donay Noy?
Yes.
No, yeah, she was in our class. She left in year 10.
Exactly. You'll tell her that you may remember her.
There were not many girls the name Donay. That's the reality. I mean,
There you go.
Yeah. Geez, I show you still the same, hey?
Oh,
when you're coming on a Wheato visit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. Support from afar.
No, you'll
What
see my
about,
book soon.
yeah, isn't Donna Gleisenberg, she's also in Oz, no?
No, she's on here.
She's right here in Joburg.
Oh, is that Raimi? Oh, there's Donna. How's it, Dawn?
Yes.
Okay, geez. So wait, who's in Joburg? Who's still in South Africa then? That's on the
Check
court.
the poll, Ryan. Check the poll.
Yes.
Oh, where's the poll? Oh, flip! I'm on my phone now. I can see everybody. I'm like seeing one thing at a time. That's Jesus. Okay, now.
Ryan, we've got
Flipping
limited
hell.
time, buddy. We've got limited time, buddy. There's a lot of people here, Ryan.
Yeah, gee, but I don't even know the names of all these people. I'm trying to understand who's who in the zoo here. Vicky!
I'm
Oh my
dying to hear
freaking
your
gosh!
Israeli
Is that
accent.
Vicky Kalinko? Yes! I remember doing gymnastics with you.
גיא, איפה המבטא שלך? אני רוצה לשמוע את זה.
יש לי מבטא חזק, דקל, יש לי מסע, אני מדבר חלק. אל תדאג.
אנגלית, לא עברית, בבקשה.
Whatever's needed. Whatever's needed.
I want to check who's who. Romy.
Or Wolf, not Hebrew.
Wait. Okay, Oaks, I think we have to like properly especially the people that are like maiden names, like who's who in the
Alright.
zoo.
Yeah.
Guys, are we ready to start? We're on 70 people.
Let's start.
Let's start.
Right. So this is how it works. Everybody, please mute yourself. I'm sure by now you know that when you're on Zoom, if somebody's speaking and then you speak, you cancel out what they say. So I'm saying hello. I'm Gilla. I work for the King David Foundation. I was not at King David, unfortunately. I come from a little dorpy called Parades, or you'll remember Mimosa Gardens.
Yeah,
And
encounter.
I'm now privileged enough to have been at the foundation for the last 15 years. And my daughter was taught by Dorian, by Sharon. Lisa, I don't think we had you. Maybe, no, she's finished. Not bringing her back. Okay, so everybody's going to have 2 or 3 minutes to speak where you are, what you're doing, children, a funny story from school. And I have to ask one thing, and I'm not sure if this is going to go down well or not. But when you go to a movie and you turn off what's happening on the outside and you focus on the movie, okay? Can we do that now and focus on the Zoom and take yourself back to 1994 and put what's happening outside, just so that we can focus on here. I mean, I'm equally as nervous as everybody else about what's going on in the rest of the world, but let's just take a little time out. I can either pick somebody to speak first, or you can WhatsApp me to say you'll speak first, or put your hand up to say you'll speak first. So I'm going to ask Shelley Ossip Seligman if she will speak first, because you're right there on my screen and I love and adore you, and you can always come back and say something afterwards. Thanks. Hi, Shelley.
By all means, hi, guys. I'm sure everyone hopefully remembers me. So yes, it's Shelley Ossip Seligman. Believe it or not, actually, a little bit of a funny story, I think. So Amanda, who's on here, Amanda is Amanda Seligman. She was Amanda Leslie. She landed up bringing her date to our matric dance was a guy by the name of Craig Seligman, who is to this day now my husband. And she landed up marrying Craig's brother, Ryan Seligman. And they live in London and we live in Melbourne. So other than that, I don't really have funny stories to tell. I can just say that I have great memories of my years at King David. I've been in Melbourne 16 years. We've got 2 kids. Ari is 17, final year school, and Leora is 15 in year 10. And it's great to be here with all of you.
Ellie, maybe we should ask the rest of the Australians if they'd like to speak first because it's late. And what we can do from here is you nominate the next person, the next person nominates, and so on the ball goes. So
All right,
Shelley,
I'll
would you like
nominate
to
some
call on the
Melbourne.
next Australian?
Great. So I'll do Melbourne first, since that's where I am.
Okay.
Go for Terry Lashansky.
Hi, everybody. That's my husband. Terry Judas, as you may know me from King David. I don't have a funny story, but I've been in Melbourne for 7 years. 3 kids, 17, 14, and 10. And that's it. So I've got to nominate the next person. What made us go to Oz?
Yeah.
I think we just like the country a lot. We have a cousin here. Unfortunately, though, my family aren't here. My dad's in the UK, my brother's in America. We're very split up, which is not great, but we love Melbourne. So we just really love the city.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, you nominate the next.
Okay, Romy Donna.
Tony, what's wrong? Tony? You're muted.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi,
How's it, Romy? How are you?
Hello, hi, it's Romy Donna. It's Romy Factor. We've been in Melbourne for 26 years. I've got 3 kids, nearly 21, 19 and 16. And I've been really fortunate in that Miss Richardson has taught 2 of my kids in their last year of school in matric, and she's just as strict. But everyone loves her here. Everyone asks to have her as their teacher, and she's still as amazing. And also we were really fortunate to have Mr. Wolf come to Melbourne a few years ago, and we hosted him in our home for the reunion, which was really amazing as well. So, and really nice to see everyone.
All right, who are you nominating? Thank you for speaking.
Is Darren Matthews on?
Yes.
Yes, Darren.
Yeah, thanks, Romy. Yeah, so Darren Matthews, living in Melbourne, been in Melbourne for 20 years. Got 3 kids. Oldest Jamie's, he's 16. Callan, he's 14, and a daughter, Mackenzie, she's 9. Probably stay away from a funny story, because I think what I have learned having a 16-year-old is most of my funny stories from school days are actually just stupid. I think that whole saying of youth is wasted on the young is pretty accurate. I probably learned that a little bit more recently. So most of my stories from school are probably a little bit stupid and wild, but I'll probably take a little bit of a different approach and stay away from the funny, and actually just use this chance just to say to anyone, while I was young and stupid, if I ever did anything that upset anyone, I do apologize, because seeing what my son kind of gets up to now just made me very aware of what an idiot I was at that age. But yeah, look, school days were great, loved them. I wish I could go back in so many ways, but and really great to catch up. I think in Melbourne there are quite a few of us here, and a few of us do catch up quite a bit. So yeah, it's pretty good, but good to kind of see you all as well.
Remind me, is your brother Stan?
Yeah, 30 years later, and that's still my claim to fame. But yes, my brother still in Joburg, my sister still in Cape Town.
When I met him, I said, "Is your brother Darren?"
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, no, he doesn't get as much of that as I get. But yeah, it's been 30 years, and it's still, I still get it.
Who are you nominating?
I think mine's got to be the obvious one, Gary Rubin.
Very obvious one.
Very obvious, Dazza. Hello, everyone. And finally, Darren apologized to me for all the times he upset me as he sits in his Liverpool kit waiting for the game. Good to see you all.
Gaza, hurry up. The game starts in just half an hour. Huh?
Okay, sorry, Daz. Yeah, so if you didn't recognize the surname Gary Rubin, formerly the artist known as Gary Vardy, Vardy1 from the Vardy twins. I was actually born Gary Rubin, so I changed my name back to my surname a long time ago. I've been in Melbourne for 20, my maths was never great, 28 years or so. And so the introverted other side, my boots, we're still very close as anything, but I don't know, he's probably watching the soccer or just staying clear from people today. I've got two beautiful girls. One is 18, one is 14. I'm a psychologist and I've been doing that my whole life, my whole career. Got a big practice here in Melbourne. And I try to tell my funny story about throwing up on Samo, but that went down like a hot lead balloon, it seems, on WhatsApp. No one else followed up with stories, but it was one of them, one of the many. But I'll handball it over to everyone else. But good to see you all. And the handball has to go to someone in Sydney, a fellow Man United sufferer. I'm just going to see if he knows himself just yet, if he's going to put his hand up.
Grant Levitas.
Levy, you ready? Mr. Levitas, over
I
to
am,
you.
yes, I am. Thank you very much, and really wonderful to see everyone this evening. I'm sure there were more people in Melbourne, but have to probably go back to Melbourne. Yeah, Grant Levitas, no maiden name. I have been in Oz we've been in Oz for 19 years. We were in London beforehand for 4 years. Married with 2 kids. Josh is in his final year at school, and Miller's 14, going on 29. And my favorite child is lying next to me on the couch, Ruby the Labradoodle. With regards to a funny story, I think I'll withhold any mischievous shit that I got up to in Sack's house in the hostel, because yeah, if I divulged it, I probably wouldn't be sitting on the Zoom call. So yeah, just a real pleasure to see everyone, and it's amazing to see how many, you know, how little people have changed. And I'm not sure if we do acknowledge people that have passed from our year, but I'd like to just spare a thought of those and everyone around the world who's going through some tough times. So wonderful to see everyone, and Lachlan. I will pass over to Mark Sachs.
Thanks, Levitas. Great to see everyone. I left King David a few weeks after matric, and we went to Switzerland. I did hotel school there for about 3 years. Got a job in LA after that and worked in Beverly Hills for a few years. Got transferred with them to Sydney and stayed there ever since. So we've been here about 24 years now. Yeah, that's where we are for good. Got out of the hotel business, started insurance broking business about 20 years ago. Romy Donna, in fact, his husband was one of my partners as well. So I've been doing that for 20 years. Wife is from Pretoria, Carmel, Lauren Garfinkel. Some of you might know her. We've got 3 kids. We're 3 under 3 for a little bit. Twin girls are 15, boy 17, and matric over here. Funny stories. Couple got called into Elliot Wolf's office after first prelims, and he said to us, "Have you seen your English score?" So I said, "No." He said, "Could be the first kid to fail matric at this school. Need to do something about it." So we got 27% for first prelims. Denise Bloch had to get us in for extra lessons, urgent, and we landed up passing eventually. But I do remember when we were in Cape Town after matric finals, I was with the late Dan Seville. 2 of us weren't scholars at all, and we were shitting ourselves to get the results the next day. We weren't sure if our names were going to be in the paper or not. Not for distinctions, but just to be in the paper. And we got one of the fathers to call Elliot just to ask if there was 100% pass rate at school. We weren't interested in anything else. And Elliot wouldn't say. So we said, okay, we're not interested in any actual marks. Just tell us, did we pass or not? He confirmed there was 100% pass rate. And I think we got on the Spook and Diesels that night, brandy and cokes. And the rest was history. So we'll pass on to Brad Samovitz.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Gary.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Brad.
How you doing?
Good, and you?
Good to see everyone. It's been a long time. I've been in Sydney for 24 years. Married to Kate and Ozzy. I've got 3 young kids. Well, I'd say young. Ari, 10. My daughter, Layla, 8. And I've got a 2-year-old, Jake. Got a lot of fond memories of King David. And I work as a sales agent for sporting events and concerts. So I've been doing that for about 15 years. And yeah, it's great to reconnect with a lot of people I haven't seen for some time. It's amazing to see how many people are all over the world. Don't have any funny story at the moment, but yeah, I'll hand over to Jeff Salomon.
Thanks. Brad, are you part of the Samovitz Lutron?
I've got 3 younger brothers. 2 live in Melbourne, Gary and Dan. I've got another brother, Steve. Yeah, so we're all here in Oz.
Oh, lovely. Nice to be all together.
Sure.
Thanks, Emma. Yeah, so Jeff Salomon, I left about just over 23 years ago to live in Sydney. My wife is actually ex-King David Victory Park, a few years below us. 2 kids, a daughter who's 14 and a son who's 12. Actually, just seeing everyone today brings back a lot of memories because there's a lot of King David Santon people here that we went to school with, and I think almost all my lift schemes on this call also. That's definitely more than 30 years ago, that's for sure. Yeah, I do think of King David a lot, like what a great school. I try to tell my kids a bit about it, but they don't listen to me. They don't think my dad jokes are any good, but I'll keep trying. And yeah, I know there's still a lot of people to go, but it doesn't sound like anyone has an accent other than the Joburg South African accent. So let's see if that changes. Now I've got to find someone else in Sydney.
Sali Bubanene.
I can't. Who else is in? I thought I saw Nikki Grused somewhere earlier.
You did. And isn't...
Let's go to Israel.
No, there's more. Give me a second. There we go.
Talk.
Okay, Nikki, over to you.
Thanks, Jeff. Hi, guys. I haven't seen at least 2/3 of you since school, so it's very cool to see you all. And even those that live in Sydney, I don't think I see a lot of you either, except a few. Yeah, been in Sydney for 15 years. Got 2 beautiful boys, 13 and 11. Married Daniel Grused, who I think was in King David Primary a year ahead of us, but didn't go to the high school. That's all. Nothing exciting, just living life in Australia. That's my story. Nice to see you all.
What are you doing there, Nick? What's your role?
I work for I'm in banking and I do transformation. So sort of just built from my management consulting days. So just do big programs of work and big changes.
Oh. Thanks, Nikki. I'm going to ask Kevin Rothschild to speak because I haven't seen him or spoken to him in years, and I'm pulling rank.
Thank you, La.
Kevin, how's it?
How? Jeez, amazing to see all of you. That is just ridiculous. And so many faces that I had forgotten, and to see them again is just fantastic. So here in Sydney, been here 22 years. Have a wife and 3 kids. The oldest is 17, then a 13-year-old and an 11-year-old. And I've got a business that provides counter-terrorism solutions to the government, and pretty happy. All good. Great to see you all. No amazing stories that to go through now, but really good to see you all. And
Thanks,
I will,
Kevin.
no worries, and I'll nominate Jair Miller if he's still there.
Barely, but I'm still here. It's all good. Thanks, Kev. Hello, everybody. Great to see you all. And jealous to see so many of the guys that still got so much hair, but that's all good. So been in Sydney now, coming out just over 28 years. So been a long time. Married to Sandra, who's actually from Serbia. I found one of the few Jewish girls in Belgrade, Serbia. So we're married with 2 kids. Ariella, who just turned 8, and Josh, who's 6, going on 16, the way he talks back to me. But thank God we're doing good, very involved with the community. Day job, I'm CEO of UIA, Karen I Sod here in Australia. Been very involved with a lot of communal leadership positions. And yeah, made a great life, exactly. Still shocked by how strong some of the South African accents are, but that's all good, we'll get there. And funny stories, what can I remember? I remember one from Ulpan, for those who were there. We all went out the one night to the bars and had to come home. And poor Miss Schrager was waiting to breath test us all. And we all went and got extra garlic falafel and garlic pizzas. And you can see some of you laughing because I remember some of you coming home with us, and poor Miss Schrager had to line up and breath test us, actually smelling all our breaths after we'd eaten all of that on the way home from the night out on Ben Yehuda Street. So, poor thing. But, we've got to remember these things every now and again. But great to see everybody, and hope everybody is keeping well. I think, who else I've got from Sydney? Looking on here now, I'm trying to see the screen. Haley Bilski lives around the corner from me, but I see her at Shul every now and again. So Haley, over to you.
Hi guys, nice to see everybody. I was definitely one of the quieter people at school, and I think I've realized that changes a lot as you get older. You just kind of forget about all of the old stuff, and as you get older, you care less about what other people think, and you just become more yourself, which is great to be old in that sense. I live in Sydney. I've been here for 14 years. I've married a Cape Townian guy. I have 2 kids. My oldest son is about to finish school this year, and then I have a daughter in year 10. And as Yair said, we live around the corner from each other. I also live around the corner from Valerie Notrika, who couldn't be here tonight. But Val and I often reminisce about poor Mrs. Niemeyer, if anybody remembers her from the maths classes. So 5E, we had her, and we really tormented her, and bless her, we really just tormented her. I don't think anyone from 5E turned out to be an engineer or a mathematician at all, but we think about her a lot, and we laugh and we talk, and we feel really bad about that. And it's just so nice to see all these faces, Yair and Yoni and Terry Armband and Leanne. We were all in a lift scheme together for 12 whole entire years. We went to and from school every single school day for 12 years together. So it's just great to see all the faces, and I hope everybody's well, and nice to see you all.
Thank you for coming on, Haley. Do you want to pick someone else? How about, is David Jankelowitz on yet? David, are you here?
Oh, yes, I am. I am. Hi, everyone. I'm just picked up my daughter. I'm in Australia. She's driving me. She's 16. So for the South Africans, that's unfamiliar. We've been in Australia now for 5 months, recently moved. 16-year-old daughter, 14-year-old son, and we're doing good. Good to see everyone on board. Hard to nominate who's next. I don't know who's in Australia yet. I'm still trying to figure it out.
David, were you in Joburg? Sorry.
I was in Joburg, yeah.
What made you, do I even need to ask what made you move?
No. My lights ran out.
Well, I can see it's still dark.
It's still dark, yeah. But the street lights are on you at least. And the water's running.
And yeah. Cara, are you there?
Romy Kunitz is in Sydney.
Oh, hello, Romy.
Yeah, I'll go next because I don't know how much longer I'll last.
There we go.
Hi everyone. This is actually really weird because I went to King David from nursery school right through to matric. So, and I have not, I left South Africa basically the year after we finished, and I have not been back since 99. So lots of faces here, all people that I haven't seen or heard their names for a very long time. So I originally went to Perth and studied occupational therapy there, and now living in Sydney, where I run my own private practice, and I've got a 14 and 15-year-old. So life is very busy, and yeah, it's just very actually weird seeing everyone. I don't see a lot of old faces, but I did catch up with Shelley last weekend or weekend before. She came to stay with me, which was nice. So very nice to see everyone. Some people I absolutely don't recognize, and others who have not changed one day. So it's really weird.
It's
and
strange,
I think everyone else from Australia is gone. I don't know if there's
No, isn't
anyone
Laura
else that-
Whittles there? Did Laura come
Yeah,
on?
and Romy, Tuna.
So we've still got Sam, Romy, Valerie, Pam. Hello, Pam. Lauren, Laura. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, love.
No, I actually can't see anyone else. So if you want to nominate someone else.
Okay, so Pam, do you want to come on? Where's Laura Whittles? Stan. Pam, are you here?
I'm here. Hi, everybody. It's good to see everybody. Some of the Sydney faces I see quite often, which has been really nice. I've been living in Sydney for just over 6 years. I've got 3 kids, a daughter of 19, a daughter of 17, and a son who's 14. And yeah, I'm a speech therapist. It's been quite interesting because I've kind of been in the Jewish day school system since finishing school. I worked in the King David system in South Africa, and now I'm at Mariah College, which is kind of the same thing. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. I'm no real funny stories, but seeing Darren Matthews did remind me of kind of taking you to school every day after getting my license, and then the very embarrassing day of having had my license for 2 weeks and having a car full of you guys. I remember Anthony Jaff was there. Most of you weren't allowed to be in the car.
You stole my funny story. That was going to be my funny story when I saw you.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. I saw you and I remembered
Good to see you.
It was so embarrassing. There were so many
I
of
know
you
you were
guys in the
mortified
car.
at the time.
No one was really allowed to be in the car with me since I had just gotten my license, and I had an accident right on Club Street outside the gate, and it was really mortifying. But you guys all stayed in the car with me, and I dropped you all home. And yeah, only lost the plot after that. But yeah, it's good to see everybody.
That's so sad. Shame. I saw Samantha on here. There we go. Hello, Sam. Wait, you're muted.
Oh, hi everybody. Gosh, what a blast from the past, hey? Sure. So good to see everyone. It just brings back such incredible memories. So I'm living in Cape Town, been here at my 11th year, and been married 24 years, and got a son of 20 and a daughter of 17. And my entire family are still in Joburg. Yeah, so quite surprising, yeah. So I'm in Cape Town. So far, so good. Beautiful city, and very happy here. Yeah, and I'm a teacher and a remedial therapist. So I used to work at a very religious school here, but now I teach at another school. It's not a Jewish school, but it's a support school.
Okay.
That's me. Hey, Robin. Oh my goodness. Old roommate from Alpan. How are you?
Yeah, good.
Great to see all these lovely faces.
Okay, who would like to go next? I think is Joanne here. No. Any other Australians?
I'll go.
Hi.
Hi, it's Romy. I was Romy Kraut. Now I'm Romy Kunitz. Been in Australia for 9 years. One thing I had to get used to was being called Romy, which is been a bit of an adjustment. Got 3 kids. The one's 18 and 15 and 12. And I'm a clinical psychologist. I'm working in a couple of practices, which has been going very well. And I've got quite a funny story. I think we were in Standard 9 and we had Miss Prisk for biology. And everyone was like quite rude to her, especially some of the boys. But they said to her, she like had this pale skin with like sort of curly, sheepy hair. And they said to her, Miss Prisk, we really want to see you in a bikini. And she was holding a heart and we were busy dissecting the heart. And she had like, it's a bit gross, but she had like her fingers all in the heart. And as she was holding the heart, they said to her, we really would love to see you in a bikini. And she went bright red and the heart fell on the floor and went sliding down the floor. And so someone had to go pick it up. And that was a funny story that I remember.
Same.
Yeah. That's,
Is
yeah.
there anyone else from Australia that hasn't spoken? I don't want you to say you were tired and left and we didn't hear you. Hi, Nadine.
I think there's Valerie.
I couldn't see her.
Val couldn't make it tonight, so she's not here. Yeah.
Okay.
There's Samantha.
Yeah, Samantha early.
Burke.
Man, the
All
cabinet.
right. Who would like to go next? Floor's open. Shelley Berger, did you say you might have to go? I hope I was wrong.
Let's move to Israel if that's cool. Some
That's
of us
what
are.
Shelley
No,
did
there's
as well.
Sam.
Sam,
Sam
do you
Kavanagh
want to
started.
talk?
I'm here. Yes, no, do you want me to speak?
Sure.
Okay, so Gilla and I actually were in a tent together at the end of Standard 7 at B'nai Akiva camp, remember?
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, there you go. So Shelley Berger, I'm living in Israel. I've been in Israel 6.5 years, and I do Chinese medicine. And funny story, do you remember Murakami from the army? Do you remember Shelley Yosef? Do you remember? Do you remember Murakami? We had her for Hebrew, and I think we were together in the same Hebrew class up until the end of Standard 9, and then she left. And I just remember whenever she used to call on us, it would either be Shelley Yosef or Shelley Berger. Anyway, but she had these little skimpy skirts and this amazing figure, and she used to walk up and down in that like stage step up in the classroom. So up and down, the guys were always very much enjoyed staring at her. And yeah, so that's me. Nice to see you all. So lots of memories coming back, that's for sure. Take care.
So glad you popped on. Thanks, Shelley. Nice seeing you again. Adam Lipshin, do you want to speak? Lipshin.
Yeah, I'll speak. It's just amazing to see everyone. I left King David to Standard 8 and I matriculated in Eden. I live in Israel. Been here to
Just
5
hold
years.
on a sec. I need to mute somebody by looks of stuff.
Got 2 girls, 15 and 13, live in Renana, better known as Renana Fontaine, when the rest of the South Africans live. And I remember Craig rugby field knocking me over a few times on the top field, big boy. But really great to see everyone. And I nominate Jonathan Schneider.
Hi everybody, how's it, man? Great to see everyone. So crazy to see so many familiar faces all over the world. Jonathan Schneider, I'm living in Canada on the East Coast, Halifax, Nova Scotia. I have 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy. My oldest is 21. My middle daughter just turned 18 yesterday.
and my son is 13. And lots of funny stories, but I can't pick any in particular. But this is really great to see everybody, and really enjoying this. Thanks.
Good, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Who do you pick?
Guy Karmovitz, go for it.
Yeah, how's it, everyone? Guy Karmovitz, yeah. I was actually super quiet at school and sort of had like a magical transformation once I sort of took a year after school and spent some time in Israel, a lot of that time with my mom. Did quite a lot of things. Did BCom and hated it, and then obviously did a whole transformation and did Chinese medicine for a few years, did acting and voiceover work and comedy improvisation for about 25 plus years. But 4 and a bit years ago, I made Aliyah to Israel, and I now work, I head up global sales and strategy at a cybersecurity startup, a crypto startup here in Tel Aviv. I live in Tel Aviv. Got married a little bit later than most of you. Got a baby boy. His name is Or. He's 1 year and 3 months old. So I'm starting the parenthood journey. A lot of you are watching your kids finish school, and yeah, that's me at the moment. Oh, it's, too many funny stories from school. One I do remember. I don't know if a lot of you got it in the group. We decided to, and I haven't used this word in like 20-something years. We decided to bunk maths just before prelims, and we got caught. We were playing touch rugby, and then Mr. Wolf called us in, and we got banned from final assembly. And I remember I snuck into final assembly and hid by the stage, and that's where I had to watch final assembly. And then just before, I think it was just before finals finished, they came and like picked on about 8 of us and kicked us out just before, because I think they were worried that we were going to like get the Form 1s with eggs and all of that. So pretty classic. There's any psychologists in the house? I think someone said this, that they're a psychologist. I've been having a recurring dream for like the last 20-something years that I'm back in high school with like a few weeks before final maths exam, and I'm like, how the hell am I going to prepare for this? And dream just carries on coming and going. So please call me up. I'd like to know and get clarity on that. And awesome to see everyone here. It's beautiful, and yeah, thanks for organizing. I nominate Jason Strauss.
Thanks, Guy. Guy, by the way, I still have nightmares that I'm going to write history. So, yeah.
I didn't mind history. It was maths for me, but anyway.
Hi all, so Jason Strauss, married, 2 kids, live in Joburg. I've got a bar mitzvah in about a month or so. Funny stories, well, funny-ish, but so a few nights ago, we were getting ready to go out, and I was on time, and I was shouting at my wife to hurry up and get ready. And while I was doing that, I was watching the retreat video, and I saw the first person to come up the stairs was myself. So clearly being punctual hasn't changed in 30 odd years. Yeah, that's me. I'm looking at the list over here. Greg and Romy, you can go. I think I saw you earlier.
Hold on, we're just quickly doing all the Israelis.
Oh, Gar, I'm not Israeli, but thanks for the invite.
I just invited Jason because I haven't seen or heard from you for quite a while. So yeah.
You won't be called into Mr. Wolf, don't worry.
It's all good. I'm used to
it. Elisa, do you want to speak?
Yeah, Yoni will speak on behalf of us. Hi.
So hi everyone. It's really great and very moving to see everyone, really. Aliza and I actually went on our first date in Form 1 weekend, and we have a picture of ourselves. We went on a date with her grandmother. And then many years later, after Yeshiva, we started going out. Been in Israel for 25 years. We have 6 kids. Live across the fence from Ryan. And a lot of you would recognize me with a lot more hair. Aliza told me to keep my hair at least just for the wedding photos, which I listened to, but then I went, then religiously just went. That's well, that's it from us.
Good to
And,
see everyone and lovely to touch base. Yeah.
and we'll
Thank
move
you
over
for
to
coming
Ryan.
on. Ryan?
Sorry. Yeah, so as Yoni's my neighbor and Liz is my neighbor, so it's very, very lucky. We live here in Eretz Israel. Actually, Stefan Gritzman lives around the corner. Terry Glasser now, Terry Orenband lives a little bit further down the road. So we have a bit of our own reunions. Where can I start? Geez, I've moved around the world proper. I mean, after school was in Cape Town, I was doing working at Herzliya School. And then actually went to Melbourne and worked at Mount Scopus. And I was working with Mrs. Richardson. She was actually in the high school. I started the informal education department in the primary school. And it was very, very awesome. But then Masada College actually liked me because they liked my wife's mother, who was the receptionist there. And we ended up moving to St. Ives. And so I got to spend a lot of time with Yamila. Very, very cool for the time being. Until I actually went back to SA to do some more work at Herzliya, and education just didn't pay in Israel. So I got into tech. Family got blessed, Baruch Hashem, four kids. My oldest is almost 19, Ashi. Then Dayan 16, Shalev is 13, and Batsheva is like 10. She's like a prima ballerina going on 21. She gives me a hell of a hard time. I had to like Darren. Geez, when Darren Matthews was talking about all the funny shit that the kids get up to, I just like it's probably like I think it's Hashem's like sense of humor. He literally chucked me everything that like I think I gave my parents, and it's like double dose. It's like so hectic. So I've gone through all I'm still going through like a lot of stuff with the kids. It's a luck. Funny stories. I'm actually a rabbi. The guy that lost his prefect badge actually did smicha. So that kind of is still quite funny. A lot of the time I think of it. But I'd say probably the funniest story that I remember wasn't funny at the time. Gee whiz, but it was very painful. But now when I look back, it's funny. Was Alon Rasheen got in like super drunk at Rosebank. Flip, what was that place in Rosebank? We all used to go there and drink underage. And then it was like there, like in the square. I can't remember. He was drunk and he was picking on the labs. Yes, flipping out. The Oak was picking on labs. Like nobody picks on labs. Like they all came to like the party, like with like the whole family, and he was like swinging at them. He was so drunk. It was crazy. I don't even know like where all the Oaks were. All I remember is I decided I think I was charming some girls at the time. I can't remember who. That's just like stuff out things. I have to say, oh, hate on that. Sorry, Yom Kippur is my favorite day of the year still. Anyway, regardless. So like, maybe I was speaking to Vicky. Vicky, was I even talking to you? I don't even know. Well, anyway, I decided I was going to step in and try and save Alon. He was going to get killed, absolutely eaten up by the lions. It was literally like watching like, I don't know, like what was that? Like Simba, you know? He was going to be taken down. And I stepped in and suddenly this guy libertied me out of nowhere. The next thing is I didn't even know what was flying, but all I know is that David Jenks had jumped on top of me, literally saved my life. I think Jake Davido had also dived in. They'd thrown my head into an Uno. I was trying to explain to my kids what an Uno looked like. I don't think Fiat Unos even exist today. But like the door of the Uno was completely smashed in. We ended up surviving. I think Jake pulled me out from under this like ruck and we ran away. I had an Adidas sign on my forehead. I remember we were like doing like prelim things the next day. It was a Sunday. We had to go to school because we were like did extra lessons. There was an Adidas sign because I got such a smack there. And I was telling a story to my kids and they were hosing themselves. I figured that was a funny story. I just remember that at the time, it wasn't such a funny story. Anyway, thank God it's really beautiful to see everybody here. It's amazing to see like how many guys just look so great and everybody healthy. Thank God. You should all be blessed, all be well. And please God, if you ever come to Israel, Every Erev Shabbos, Yoni, myself, we have a L'chaim with a couple of other guys. We'd love to have you over.
Thank you.
Oh, nomination. I know that I was friendly with Garen Kavonik, and I know that Sam Kavonik is online, and she's still in Oz. So if I can just take her back to Oz just to hear how Sam's doing. They make
Yes,
great
because she
hits,
did
so
want to
then
say
we'll see.
hi a little more.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And then whatever, you can go back to your shop.
Thank you. Sam? Where are you, Cookie? I saw you a couple of minutes ago. Sam, I can't hear you. Do you want to? I wonder, can you hear us?
I'm talking to you.
Do me a favor, log off and then come back on, see if it makes a difference.
Not me.
Okay. All right. Will you message me when you're back on? Okay.
I am.
can hear you.
Okay. Should we go back to Israel? Melinda Lipworth, are you here? Melinda?
You are muted now.
No, I'm muted.
Are you?
No, you're not.
Gila,
Okay,
it's
Melinda's
Eran.
not on.
Can I just take
Eran?
it from here? Because I've got to go back to work. I'm just like hiding in somebody
I was
else's
just
office.
calling you.
Okay, so Eran Ofer, I'm sure you'll remember me. Maybe yes, maybe not. Doesn't make a difference. I've been in Israel for like 30 years since we matriculated. Moved here a month afterwards. Married, got 4 kids. The oldest is 19. The youngest is 7. Spread out over the whole rainbow. Studied physics, work in electro-optics. Life is pretty boring, as everybody else has said. What we all thought was funny when we were kids isn't really funny today, but generally, I think we all had a great childhood in there. South Africa, especially in King David, with all like stories that we can remember, especially seeing everyone. Always brings back good memories, good laughs, especially the matric video and the matric dance. It brings back like fortunes of memories. That's about it, not much.
Iran, before you log off, did you play hooker at rugby? I'm just trying to remember.
Yep, I played hooker in standard 6, 7, and 8.
Brilliant.
And then I stopped playing rugby.
Brilliant.
And I live here in Modi'in in Israel. Kind of most probably one of the most boring cities there is here, that when the whole country's at war, nobody ever wants to come to Modi'in, so it's pretty good. At least it's relaxed. I mean, I slept well last night. Could have filmed a few
What
of
do
the
you
stuff
do
in there.
in Israel?
Physics and electro-optics, cameras, sensors.
Okay.
I work.
Do you know
Is
Robin and
it
Gilla
boring,
Nussbaum?
bro?
No, what I do isn't boring, it'll just bore everybody else. Nothing all that interesting for everybody.
He's modest.
No, it's just not like being a doctor or a lawyer or like dealing in fintech and money all in all. It's like building crappy cameras and saying, gee, I can see the hair, which guys don't have here anymore. So, you know, it works out like that.
You know the Nussbaums, Robin and Gilla.
Nope.
Well, I'll introduce you.
Excellent.
Lovely. Who wants to go next? Who are you nominating?
Is Adam Daniels here?
Let's have a look. I don't have him as registered.
I'll go. Can I go?
Sure.
I'm in regular contact with Adam. He's Baruch Hashem. He's thank God well. He's living in a place called, I think it's Bath. No, not Bath.
Yeah, he
Something
said
like
he said he was coming, so I was just wondering.
I'll message him. Let's see if he's.
Please do. Are there any other Israelis that want to speak?
Can I speak? Can I speak?
Sure. Hi, Robin.
Hi. So I'm Robin Morris, and I've been in Israel for also a long time, for 27 years. I've got 3 kids. I did better than you, Mark. You said you had 3 under 3. I had 3 under 1.5. My oldest, my son was 1 year and 7 months when I had my twin girls. They're now, he's 9 and the girls are 7.5. yeah, and that's it. That's all I can say. I'm here in Israel.
What do
And
you
yeah,
do,
and it's
sorry?
great to see all of you. I work in QA, testing things that developers do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you like to nominate next?
I'll nominate Metal. Metal, you here? I saw her earlier.
Thanks.
Yes, I see
Hi,
her.
Robbie. Hi, everybody. So Maytal, Perpignal, if everybody ever wondered how you pronounce that. So straight after school, I did the WITS thing. I did the BA and the LLB, articles, etc. And then I immigrated to Israel, been here 23 years now. Live just outside Jerusalem, in a town called Mevaseret, which is really beautiful. Love living here. Haley, you made me laugh talking about Mrs. Niemeyer. Completely forgot about that. That's was also traumatic for me. And Guy, just like you, I also have the recurring nightmare about maths. So completely understand. I think it's pretty standard. So I don't think you need to see a psychologist. I think you're fine.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I nominate just because.
Hold a seckie.
Yeah.
I'm going to come back to you to nominate, but Samantha's just come back on. Can we? No, she says she still can't. Okay, nominate away.
All right. Ongi, love to hear from you.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Wow, Meital. I think I remember my first day in King David. So I'm Ongi. I came to South Africa from Israel right when you were just finishing primary school, and I stayed till the end of Form 4. Went back to Israel. I was in the army. I'm married. I have 3 kids. I'm an occupational therapist. I actually work in Beit Izzy Shapiro in Ra'anana, which is Izzy Shapiro was a South African man. And that's it. I have lots of memories. It was not a very easy time for me coming from Israel, learning English and all of that. But I really have good memories, especially the fashion show is what I remember. And I enjoyed the actual shows, but I loved the rehearsals, and it was for me like a good social experience. So that's it. Thank you. It's really amazing, this reunion. Nice seeing you all.
I'm glad you've come on. Are there more Israelis on here? I think so. Michal?
Yeah.
Katz?
I can speak if that's okay.
Sure.
It's nice seeing people that I haven't seen literally for 30 years. I left at the end of Form 4, have 3 kids, 19, 16, 13. So when you see things happening in the army, know that that's my daughter watching out for all of you. Sometimes my husband. Life is good, thank God. I'm a pediatric nurse. And that's it. A funny story that I remember is Dina and I think what was in Form 1, Jewish studies. I don't remember the teacher's name, but we were punished for talking and we had to go crawl our way out of detention, which is really funny because my kids learning in Israel, there's no such thing. So yeah, good school. Well, I was lucky to be there for a while.
Thank you for coming on. Anyone else from Israel that would like to speak? Gary Heller will be on in a couple of minutes. Laura, do you want to speak? Dan Vegan. She's not on yet. Okie dokie, let's move to the next person. Is Gabriella, are you on? Or Michal
No, it's Gabby Hyman.
Katz?
Yeah,
Who, sorry?
Gabby Hyman.
No, she's not on.
Okay. And Michal Katz? Also not. Okay, then I think we've had all the Israelis on, and I would like to show you a video. Let me get it right.
Here's Sam. Here's Sam. Hey, Sam.
Oh, okay. Sam, can we hear you yet?
Hope you can.
Yes, we can.
Great. Just like school days, I was very quiet, and probably many of you don't remember me. But I actually, and I left South Africa in '96, and I moved to Australia. Thank you, Ryan, for nominating me. I have very fond memories of spending time with you and Nikki. And I'm married to Garon Kavanagh from Middelburg. I still haven't lost the South African accent, as most of us haven't who have left. I've got 3 children, 17, 13, and 9. And I teach at Hebrew and Jewish Studies at Moriah College. I work with Simone Jankelowitz and Pam. And yeah, it's just so fantastic to see all of you online and just to scroll through the pages and to see everyone. And it's amazing that from around the world, we've all made the time to spend this time together and just catch up. So it's lovely. I'm really enjoying it.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'm so glad that everybody does take the time, early, late, work, no work, to join. I'm really grateful. Okay, I asked you on your WhatsApp groups to please put photos down. So this is the reason. I hope you enjoy. Let's see. There we go. Sorry.
Party people! Yeah! Tag team music in full effect. That's me, DC, the brain supreme. And my man Steve Rowland. We're kicking the flow. We're kicking the flow. And it goes a little something like this. Tag team, back again. Check it, direct it, let's begin. Party on, party people, let me hear some noise. DC's in the house, jump, jump, rejoices. There's a party over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake the dairy, yeah. These 3 words mean you're getting busy. Whoop, there it is, Hitman. Whoop, there it is. 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 Upside down and inside out, I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for it to get on the mic and make this party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool who's so cool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. There it is, let me hear you say. There it is. Come on, y'all. There it is. Louder. There it is. Come on, y'all. There it is. Louder. There it is. Come on, y'all. There it is. Louder. There it is. Come on, y'all. There it is. Woo. Shaka laka shaka laka shaka laka shaka. 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 Point blank. Gin and juice I drink and bent as I puff on dank. Rock the mic. I crave skin rip. Find a honey dip to dip it in. Slam dunk it, stick it, flip it and ride that B-double-O-T-Y. Oh my. Ooh, that's it. Come on, come on. Whoop. There it is. I'm done. Whoop. Come on. Whoop. Louder. Whoop. Give it to me. Whoop. Come on, come on. Whoop. Get louder. Whoop. Let it hit. Whoop. Come on, come on. Whoop. Some say I'm crazy cause I'm pushing up daisies. The underground sound that you have found amazing, outstanding, demanding, commanding you people dancing. That's a breath taker. I produce AKA The Undertaker. You wanna come down to the underground old school? Here's a shovel. Can you dig it, fool? Can you dig it? We can dig it. Can y'all dig it? We can dig it. Can you dig it?
Sorry, I've done something. Give me a second to go back on.
waiting for someone to tell a joke.
And I'm the spotlight.
Guy, what do you call a line of rabbits going backwards?
Deckel, please give us the honor.
Receding hairline.
Which is applicable to a lot of people here, unfortunately. But you know, you can always go to Turkey and get your hair done over there. The price is very good. Not that
Shaggy.
I can attest. My hair is natural.
I meant to laugh. It's a dad joke, man.
It's a proper dad joke. I was gonna say.
Let's see if we can do this again.
Actually, looking at those photos, there's a lot of people that are in Oz, no? Like Lauren Wolf, I saw. Is she still not? Is she in Oz? Batcha Morris, isn't she in Oz?
Why is there no sound? Do you guys mind if we start again from the beginning? Because it's so nice with the
Yes,
music.
no, we cannot watch that again from the beginning.
Yes,
Gila?
you are.
No, not happening. I'm sorry.
We are. Here we go. You ready? Because it's really nice. Let's get back to the very beginning. As she said on Sound of Music. It took me a long time, so just enjoy it. Okay. And I'm gonna cry if this doesn't work.
Maybe are you able to send this to us, Gila?
Yeah,
Then we can watch it in our own time because it's really well done. It's
Here's
like
the
very,
last
very
song.
awesome.
Okay, listen to this.
Let's dance in style, let's dance for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. Are you gonna drop the bomb or not? Let us die young or let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip. The music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn our golden faces into the sun. Raising our leaders, we're
Thank you for allowing me to finish that.
That was amazing. Well done.
Thank you. Thank
Amazing.
you. Right. I want to introduce you to Raylene Trodonsky, who runs the King David Foundation, who's going to tell you a little bit about the foundation. She has 3 minutes, same as everybody else. And if she speaks longer, I will mute her like I would everyone else. Nikki Grues, first, why you got your hand up?
I'm just clapping for the video. Well done, and thanks for putting it together.
Thank you so much.
It's quite late at night.
Shame. Okay,
That
Raylene.
sounded very teacher-like. Nikki Cruz, why do you have your hand up?
I was a little afraid, I must say.
Okay, guys, I'm going to be very quick. I just want to say hello to everybody. I want to start by introducing myself. I'm Raylene Trodonsky. I run the King David Schools Foundation. And if you're looking at me thinking I look very old and you can't remember me, it's because I graduated 10 years before you did. I'm class of 84. I want to also start by thanking my wonderful colleague, Gila Glazer. I don't know if any of you have any idea how many hours these reunions actually take to get them together. So thank you, Gil. I really, really appreciate all your efforts. Guys, okay, so what do we do besides run reunions? What does the foundation do? So this is really just one small part of what we do. What we are set up to do, and what our real aim for, or reason for being, is to raise funds. Why do we need to raise funds? Because today, and you can see, I've been watching just how many of you are down under, how many of you have made Aliyah. I hope you all keep safe. I have a wonderful son in Jerusalem, so I have a very vested interest in our beautiful homeland. But you can see, and you will get to see, how many people have actually immigrated from your year. And so I'm an accountant by trade, by profession, and I always like to throw out a few statistics. There are over 60% of our alumni that we know of that live overseas today. And so given that fact, what we have is a situation in South Africa where we unfortunately have a wonderful, vibrant, and beautiful Jewish community, but it is very diminished. It is much poorer and much smaller. And so what I do is I go all over the world. I meet with alumni. I've had the privilege of meeting some of you on the Zoom. Shelley Ossip, thank you. I know she was a big proponent of our recent Melbourne get-together. And I've seen many of you and some beautifully recognizable faces. But what we do is we go all over the world, and my message is always the same. If you had the privilege of a King David education, and if today you are in the very fortunate position of being able to give back, would you consider supporting us and enabling us to give someone else that incredible privilege? And so just to give you some more statistics and numbers, today school fees for grades 9 to 12 are 190,000 Rand a child, roughly $10,000. So you can imagine, for people who have 2 and 3 children, that means almost $250,000 Rand of after-tax income before they've paid the rent. So today we have over 500 children in our school system that really, really would not be there were it not for the work of the foundation and the enormous target that we need to reach from donors. So I'm gonna end here. I'm just gonna really reach out to you all and to let you know that we have facilities to donate in every country. Of course, South Africa, we have tax-deductible facilities now set up in America, in Canada, in Israel. I see so many Israelis, although I know the needs there are enormous, that you can donate in Israel now and get the tax deduction. Of course, Australia, and every little bit helps, guys. Any little bit helps. What we love to do is to get at least one scholarship per year. So if you can look to club together and give us at least one scholarship that comes from the class of 94, that would be absolutely awesome. And we will endow that every year in your name. or one, or if it's only an annual one, just once. And before I go, I just want to point out the very last slide that Gila had on her video was a competition that we ran for 75 years of King David Schools. The prize is unbelievable. The prize is worth, I think it's about 30,000 US dollars, 600,000 Rand. It's for 8 people at one of South Africa's best game lodges. It's called Dulini in the Sabi Sands. It necessitates a debit order. You need to sign a debit order of a minimum of 18 US dollars or 324 South African Rand. And if anybody is thinking of participating, the deadline is this coming Tuesday. So I'm going to end with that. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the reconnecting, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of the afternoon, morning, night, wherever you are. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.
Thanks, Raylene. I've actually spoken to Raylene, and if you do sign the debit order, the money from the debit order that gets signed will actually go towards the class subsidy. I like to do it in memory of your friends who have passed. So you had 6 people in your class who passed away. And my class, for instance, of 1970, have a fund called In Memory of Our Friends. So if you want to do the debit order where you can win this unbelievable prize, the money will still go to a subsidy for In Memory of Your Friends. Great. On a happy note, who would like to speak? Tony Croc, where are you?
Hi.
How's it?
Hi guys, hi everyone. Nice to see everyone. Familiar face, so nice. Thanks for organizing this, Gila. Tony Croc, I was Tony Fine. I live in London. I have 2 kids, 2 girls. My eldest daughter Georgia is 20. My youngest daughter Tiana is 17. My husband, I've got one husband, definitely, and 2 dogs, and yeah, life is good, and it's great to see all of you, and what can I say? It's nice to see everyone, to reconnect. Gila, can I just ask you something? Just because I wasn't, being honest, I wasn't really concentrating. Can you tell me again about the subsidy and what was the prize? What was everything?
So we have a 75th birthday, and one of our donors has given us 3 nights for 8 people to Dulini, which is a beautiful lodge in the Sabi Sands. And it includes your drinks, your drives, transport from Joburg there, 2 nights at the Houghton, which is on the golf course, and a day tour of Soweto. So for 324 Rand, I think it's £16, $18, 23 Canadian dollars, and so on, you can win the prize. The money that your class signs a debit order for will go in memory of the 6 people who have passed, and we'll do a scholarship in the name of someone like in memory of our friends who have passed. Kylie Wong, Seville, see there were 6 people in your yacht, So it was Adrian Nathan, Dan Seville, Diana Mamlis, Gregory Levine, Kylie, and Paul Sender. So we could, do something in their memory.
And how much is the scholarship each year? It's 10, what's it?
197,000 Rand for matric
Greg Lewis.
and
Greg Lewis,
IEPs.
yeah.
So that's grade 9 to grade 11 is 197,000. We have about 2.5, nearly 3,000 students, of which about 700 are on some form of financial need. At the end of the day, we're a community school, and we don't turn a child away because of their parents' financial need. The bottom line.
Okay, so you're looking for like 1 scholarship from our year for that?
Sure.
So how many students are we?
Well, there are 200. So I worked out if all 200 gave 120 Rand a month, we could have a scholarship.
Okay, so, maybe, okay, perfect.
We'll put it in the group. Yeah, thank you. Susan Menashe, what are you up to? Where are you?
Sorry, just unmuting. Hello, everyone. So good to see all these old familiar faces. Susan Menashe was Susan Fishman. Living in London for the last 23 years. Got 3 kids. My eldest is 19, and then 17, and then 13. I practiced as a physio for over 10 years and took a little bit of a break. Now currently studying to become a health coach. Yeah, just very, very fond memories of my days at King David. They were special years. Yeah, so nice to reconnect and see everyone all looking good. And yeah, thank you. Been a very special reunion.
It's been a lovely year. So yes.
It has. Yeah.
Your year is a lovely year. Ian Sherman, you've got your hand up. Something wrong?
I thought I'd say hello to everybody before someone else tries to ask for money and chases another 10% or
What? Do you want to do the
participants
ask?
away. No. I was watching the count. As soon as Raylene started asking for money, just people started leaving. So I thought I would say hello to everybody. It's very nice to see everyone. I haven't seen some of you for a while. Some of you I get to see almost daily at the school because I'm one of the King David parents. My kids are at school. I have a 13-year-old son and an 11-year-old daughter. And yeah, I mean, it's amazing, you know, to bump into people. You know, I live 5 or 6 kilometers from where I grew up. You know, I haven't moved very far. I've still got this. Here you go. When you don't move, you tend to collect a lot of stuff. So there is our class. Can you see it? Class of '94. There you go. There's our jersey. So when you don't have to move, you tend to keep a lot of stuff. Anyway, yeah. What else did I want to say? Oh, a funny story. So in 1986, it was the 14th of February, and I actually spoke to this person last time at our 10th year reunion, but I came in from break and I opened up my desk.
Can you speak closer to your mic? I'm struggling to hear you.
Can you hear me? So yeah. I opened up my desk and I pulled out this red envelope, and inside was this card with a big heart and a question mark on it. And at 10 years old, I was mortified, I think, to say the least. I didn't even know what this thing was. Anyway, I turned around and I didn't know what to do with this. Nathan Mashett was sitting behind me, and he was like, "Oh, you don't want it, I'll take it." So I shrugged. I said, "Okay, no problem. Here it is. You can have it." And I looked up and only to see poor Maytel Perpignal standing in the door there, looking very devastated. So at our 20th reunion, I actually apologized to her. I felt terrible for it, and I felt terrible for it for many, many years. And I think she forgave me. I also actually apologized for the treatment of a poor mother who was our Maura Perpignal, who was our Hebrew teacher, who we tormented. And she said at the time, "Yeah, what you guys don't realize is that when my mother came home and she had a bad day, she used to yell at us and take it out on us." So I apologize to her once again for making her life, her mother's life, a bit of a misery. Anyway, I still have Hebrew dreams. I mean, Maura Wolf, I think, torments me. I think I have these matric Hebrew dreams. I haven't studied. I don't know how long that's going to last, probably for the rest of my life. But anyway, it's nice seeing you all, and we'll hope to catch up again soon.
Thank you, Ian. Daniel Kaganson, you got your hand up. Do you want to speak?
I do indeed want to speak because I'm sort of running out of time.
Okay.
The first thing that I'd like to comment on, if there's a contest for deepest Joburg, Northern Suburbs, King David accent, would be me. I think I bloody won. And there was also this weird greeting that all of us had at King David. And I always differentiated between us being good friends or just acquaintances. So the acquaintances were just, how's it? The friends, how's it? How are you? That's just a weird little memory, but I actually want to comment on something that, was it Raylene Tradonsky said? Who was just on Gilla?
I'm still
Raylene, yeah?
here. I'm just off video, but I'm listening. I'll tell you if that's what I said.
No. So 30 years since my education at King David, I am still continually enriched by the ability to think critically, the ability to communicate with people. I don't know if we all realize the extent to which we got a university level education. It's just, King David has stood me in such good stead. I cannot emphasize that enough. But aside from that, I have a funny story that is not related to King David, but it's related to being Jewish in South Africa, and it's related to being gay in South Africa. And the story is as follows. So I've been with my Afrikaans husband for 12 years, and early on we were working out emergency contacts, and we discussed Tatsola, the ambulance service, and I gave him the number, and fantastic, we all carry on. And about a year later, he says to me, I'm just going through my contacts. What was the name of that ambulance service? Was it Hezbollah? And I was done. I couldn't resist.
Tell him not to say money. Tell him not to say money.
That was my funny story.
Yeah.
But honestly, how could I not share it? It's gold.
Oh, that is lovely. Okay. Who would like to speak next? Because I'm very happy to pick on people. Declan, did you say you?
Probably Ryan. Ryan would like to speak again, I think.
I'll
Declan,
talk.
do you want to say? Hello, Terry.
How you all doing? It's been a while. I left in 93, and also I was one of the quieter ones. I've got a son who is 18 in college, and I've got a 16-year-old daughter who's second year in high school. And I was a special education teacher for 4 years. I forgot to say, I live in St. Louis, Missouri, which is about 5 hours from Chicago. Actually, this is my funny story, is that Nikki Pelez, or Mashit, her son goes to the University of Pennsylvania, and my son does too. So they ended up at the same college in the United States, which is kind of an interesting story. So going back to what I do, I was a special education for 4 years teacher, and then I've started a nonprofit in 2018. And I live, my husband is American. And I do have one other funny story that I wanted to share. And it was I don't know if anyone remembered, it wasn't Miss Schrager, but I don't know if it was a woman who was blonde, a PE teacher. Most people were not very fond of her. The girls were not fond of her. And I remember one day her telling us that she was smoking and that she had a lot of hairspray in her hair and that her hair caught a light. And I just remember being like, oh, yeah, this is terrible now. But it's like, oh, yeah, that's awesome. Because we were not fond of that woman. I cannot remember her name, but
I can't believe she told the story. What is your nonprofit?
Sorry?
What is the nonprofit you started?
It's called Craftability Foundation, and the mission is to teach youth to be comfortable around adults with special needs and the elderly through arts and crafts.
That's amazing. That's brilliant. Lekker woord to you.
Thank you very much. And thank you for organizing. And
my pleasure.
I also want to speak on behalf of Kylie, because I know she would have loved to have been here. And she's dearly missed by me especially. And so I just wanted to put it out there.
Thank you. Vicky, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Vicky Lehman, previously Vicky Kalinko. I moved to the UK in 1999 after my degree in psychology. I've been teaching in the UK psychology for 20 odd years, and I am currently changing over to teenage counselling, which hopefully I'll be finished in February. So I'll be counselling teenagers. And I have 3 kids. One is 18, one is 17, and one is 13. And I married an English guy. And yeah, that's my story, really. I don't have a funny story to tell.
Thank you so much for coming on. Leanne Friedman-Woznica, are you still here? That's me, Leanne's left. Anthony, do you want to say hi while I see where Leanne is?
Sure, I assume you're referring to this, Anthony. So lovely to lovely to see you all, and you know, all these familiar faces who many I haven't seen for, you know, close on 30 years. So also Gita, thank you for organizing this. I appreciate all the effort and time that you've put into this. Hopefully now that we've got this WhatsApp group, we can continue to use it in the future and stay in contact.
Definitely. And I asked Lorraine to come on, but unfortunately she had a prior arrangement.
No problem. My dad was actually a King Davidian as well, and he had his 50-year King David reunion in Israel probably about 5 years ago. So maybe in the future, you know, at our 40th year or our 50th year, that's something that we can look to organize. I think a lot of us would enjoy that and appreciate doing that. So a little bit about myself. I've qualified in South Africa as an accountant. I left South Africa and have been in the UK now for 21 years. I work at a family office that has strong connections to South Africa. So my connections to South Africa stay very strong. My parents are still there. My sister's still in South Africa. So we try and go back as fairly frequently as possible. My wife is Cape Townian. We've been married for, well, better not get this wrong, probably about 18 years now, I think it is. We have 2 daughters. The one is turning 14 this year, and the other one will be turning 10. Also, just to say that I was at King David at Sandton as well, so that I can see, like I think Jeff Salomon indicated as well, there are a lot of people from King David Sandton on this call. So the connections go back for a very long time, and it's wonderful to see all these familiar faces. In terms of funny stories, I think Pam stole my story. You know, came to mind as soon as I saw her. So you know, we can look back now and laugh at it. It certainly wasn't humorous at the time, but you know, I think time mends all. In terms of other funny stories, I remember there were lots of characters in our year. You know, I remember Alon Rashin. He certainly wasn't the best behaved kid. There's no doubt about that. There was one particular teacher that I remember, and I'm not going to mention names, but I remember this teacher, and in fairness, she did seem to wear the same outfit on a very regular basis. And Alon had the audacity of the gall to point it out to her and question her whether she had any other outfits. And I remember she never ever wore that same outfit ever again. So yeah, that was Alon and some of the other characters. Yeah, I think that's all that I've got to say. But like I said, thanks for organizing this, and I hope to stay in contact with all of you and hopefully see some of you again in the not too distant future.
Anthony, are you an accountant for a South African family?
Yes. A family office, yes.
May I ask which family?
Yes, it's the Herring family.
Oh, my beautiful Stephen.
Correct.
Thank you. Liat, I see your hands up.
Gila, sorry to interrupt. Just before Anthony comes off, before, we're all talking about funny stories. I want to recollect a long memory of rivalries. And one of the earliest rivalries I can remember was in grade 1 King David Santon cross country, where we ran in the Jewish Guild. Anthony came first, I came second, Terry Levine came third. After that, it was pretty much Anthony and Terry Levine the whole of primary school. And then these are things that you remember for life. I don't know if you remember, Anthony. It's one of my oldest memories.
Yeah, I certainly, I don't remember all the details, but I do remember King David Santon very fondly. And I was fortunate to go back there probably about 10 years ago. So yeah, great to see how that school has developed, the facilities. So yeah, very strong memories, and look back very favorably or fondly on those years.
Thank you. Liat, hi.
Hi, everybody. Wanted to hop on and say hello. I left 1 year before our graduation. We moved to Toronto and then moved to the US and now live in the Passaic Clifton Jewish community, which is a really beautiful community. I have a lot of passports, but I really miss South Africa and I really value the education I got, especially comparing to the education I then received in Toronto and looking at the education that my beautiful girls have received here in the US. Just looking back at those photos and thinking, my God, what was I thinking with that hair? But otherwise, it's good to see everybody and glad everybody looks healthy and well, and I'm wishing you Chag Kasher V'Sameach.
Thank you so much for coming on, Liat. Leanne, I keep picking on you because I want to say hello. Where are you? If Leanne Rosnika doesn't speak now, I'm going to have to go to my cousin Craig. Oh, Lee, we can't hear you. Do you want to maybe log off and come back on? No, still can't. Is your microphone on? No, try now? No. No, nothing. Do you want to log? Okay. All right, I'm going to put Craig on. Will you keep trying? Craig, or you?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Good to see everybody. Names, faces, amazing. Thanks very much for the initiative. It's really awesome to reconnect and see photos and memories from a long time ago. Still living in Johannesburg, 3 daughters, Hannah, Ari, and Erin. I'm married to Nadine Zaslansky. And I'm running an air charter company and aircraft maintenance business out of Lanseria, and still flying.
Right. Short and to the point. Thank you, Craig.
Absolutely.
Donna Lazarus, please, will you say hello? Donna?
Yeah, I'm coming.
How's it?
Hi. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you all. Ryan, you were right. I was in Australia. I was there in 2002. Actually met my husband there. We got married and came back to South Africa. We've been here since 2005. I've got 3 kids, ages 15, 12, got a bar mitzvah in August, and 10. And that's my story.
Ryan, while you're having that cigarette, you want to say hello? Did you just throw your cigarette away?
You're talking to me?
Hold
Yeah.
on, I'm putting my microphone on. Am I on now?
Yeah.
I didn't throw it away. I put it down because you caught me. Hi, everyone. It's so great to be here.
Well,
and to
especially
see
you called you and I saw the cigarette go in the mouth.
תגיד לי, כמה אנחנו רחוקים מהאלקטרוניקה? לדעת בהם שנות אור וזה, או...
ערן, מה
ערן,
קורה?
ערן, נו, שתוק,
תכבד את
יאללה.
המיקרופון, ערן.
ערן, שקט כבר, נו.
So yeah, it's great to be here. It's been a beautiful reunion. Wonderful to see everybody. Yeah, what's happened with me? After matric, I went to live in America, went to university there. I'm a clinical psychologist. I came back to South Africa because I couldn't get a green card, actually. And then I moved to Cape Town. I've been living in Cape Town for the past almost 20 years. I have a private practice, and I also am the senior clinical psychologist at a Dutch rehabilitation center that's based here in St. James, which is sort of next to Muizenberg. And yeah, I've got two absolutely magnificent children. They are twins, a boy and a girl, Luke and Chloe. You can see on my arm here, L and K. They're 13. They just had their 13th birthday disco party, which was phenomenal. Yeah, I had them with my previous partner via surrogacy, Craig Port. And yeah, we separated, but I'm in a new relationship, almost 4 years. We're engaged, getting married probably towards the end of the year. So yeah, life is great. Feeling good, feeling very blessed. I have a story. I don't know if any of you know it. Maybe you do. It's from King David Santon days. So I was at King David Santon, and then suddenly one day, I was then at King David Linksfield. And what actually happened was Hazel Bolnick, who was the principal at King David Santon. I think I was playing with matches or something. I mean, I've always been quite a juvenile delinquent. But I was playing with matches, and she called me into her office, and she told me that I would never amount to anything. And King David Santon had just built a beautiful new school. So I left her office, and I was obviously feeling a bit resentful, and saw a can of black spray paint. And I took that can and I went into the boys' toilet, and I spray painted over the white porcelain tiles. F-U-C-K, Hazel Bolnick. And that was me out of King David Santon and into King David Linksfield, where my aunt, who I think you all know and have probably been taught by, Renee Friedman, got me a secured place. So thank goodness for that. But yeah, that's my story. I tell it quite often. I haven't told my kids yet, but one day I'll tell them. And yeah, just sending lots of love to everybody, remembering the people who've passed, especially Paul Sender. I was very good friends with him. Very sad. But yeah, love and light to everybody. And I just pray for peace in the world. And thanks so much for today, Gilla. It's been beautiful.
So glad you could join. Thank you. Thank you. Leanne, are you able to come on? So get very quietly, very soft.
Something wrong with the mic. Can you hear me now?
When you speak closer, we can hear you.
Okay.
Hi, Leo.
Okay, where are you? Hello, how are you? I'm the
Good.
technician for today. Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Oh, we can hear you clearly.
Obviously, my voice doesn't carry. Hi, everybody.
Lee, we can hear you. Just for, in case people don't know this, Leanne's sister Nikki's my best friend.
Hi. Nice to see you all. I was Leanne Friedman. I've been married for way too long. How many years? 20, 21, 22 years, actually, 22 years. I have 3 daughters who, one is 19, going to be 20, My other one is 17, and my youngest is 12. All of them were at King David Links. Yeah, my oldest daughter was at King David Linksfield. My other two are currently still there. So nothing much has changed for me here in Joburg. And yeah, I don't really have a funny story, but I've got it's a bittersweet story that I just thought I'd share. When Terry was speaking about Kylie, a couple of years ago, my husband was doing work with Kylie, and he said to me, he phoned me, he said, somebody has walked into my office and there was a photo of me, or a wedding photo, whatever, on his desk. And she said to him, how do you know Leanne Friedman? And he said to her, how do you know Leanne Friedman? And like after all these years, she landed up coming into my husband's office. And a couple of weeks later, we went away for a weekend, and there she was with her family, and two beautiful children and a husband. And we actually landed up spending the whole weekend together. And we had the most beautiful conversation. I found out more about her on that weekend than I ever had at school, which I just found so sad. What a special girl. And yeah, we actually made a plan. She said she misses a Shabbat and she really wanted to go again, be at a Shabbos table. So I said to her, I'd like her to come to me a few weeks later, and then I got the very sad news that unfortunately she passed away. So it was just great to like reconnect with her in the weirdest of ways, and I just wanted to share that with everyone. It's not a sad, it's not a happy story, but it's a beautiful story that I got to see her just by chance a few weeks before. Other than that, there's not much to say, but just great to see you all. Hope you're all safe in Sydney. Hope you're all safe in Israel, and just praying for you all. And yeah, great to see you.
Thanks, Lee. Dina Sharfman, before you get on the plane, do you want to quickly say hi?
Hi, everyone. You made that sound so much more exciting, as if I'm such a worldwide traveler. I'm really just flying back from Cape Town to Joburg, my very busy schedule where everything has to be on the same weekend. I don't know how many people will remember me. It was Dina Cabrin. I think I was one of the quiet ones in there. I think I was one of the good ones. I used to just sit quietly in class and listen to everybody talking and see what was going on. Jody mentioned apparently that we got a detention in the first year in Jewish studies. I'm like beyond horrified. Jody and I were great friends. I've been trying to rack my brain if maybe there was another Dina in the grade, which there definitely wasn't, or another Dina that she was friends with that perhaps got this detention, because I proper do not remember getting a detention, but apparently
We
I
got
did,
out of
so...
it because we cried. We didn't do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my record's still clear. I can still tell my children I didn't have a detention. That sounds proper. That's ringing a vague bell. Yes. And then I think for the rest of the high school we were well behaved, I think. I don't know. I've still got some great friends from King David. I love seeing them. They are spread around the world. We chat more on WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger, and occasional trips here and there we see each other. But I have fantastic memories. Seeing all these faces is just bringing back memories of people I've actually forgotten, barring those that I bump into at parents' evenings and at King David. I've got two kids. My oldest is 20. She's finished King David. My youngest is 18. He's finishing at King David this year. So once I finish paying those school fees off monthly with my South African rand, then we can talk about a donation to the school foundation. I'm not sure about the other currencies that you guys have, but yeah, the donation. I'm currently paying my own scholarship for my children, so thank God I've been able to do that. It's one of the privileges. I feel great that they've got a King David education. It definitely does set you up fantastically throughout the world. As you can see, our grades gone everywhere. I also have fantastic memories of Kyle. Hannah's studying in Vega. She's still in South Africa.
Oh, good.
We all, I've stayed very close to home. I probably live 8 streets away from where I lived when I grew up, and which is just round the corner from Linksfield Clinic, which is just down the road from the school. So we're all still staying very close in Joburg. I have great memories of Kylie. I remember some of the other people who've passed as well, maybe not as well. I didn't know them as well, but I just wanted to say that we do think of them. Gila, I think you're missing some people on the list. I'm sure there were 7 or 8 people who've passed in our year. I think Greg was one of those who's missing, and I seem to just have the back of my mind that there's someone else missing as well.
I think I had Greg on. Okay.
I'm not sure, but I just want to say it's great to see everybody and to catch up, and we definitely need to do it more often than every 10 years. And I'm still hoping that there's going to be an actual in-person Joburg reunion with one of those lovely primary school tuck shop burgers. So that we definitely need. And that's all. It was great chatting to everybody and seeing everybody. I'm still going to be listening in, but I do have to catch my quick flight back to Joburg. You know, that's my globetrotting done for the month of April, at least, before Pesach. And I wish everybody well.
There's definitely going to be an in-person one. I just need to work out the dates and then see if everybody is okay with it. So there's definitely going to be an in-person. Maybe not primary school sloppy, but definitely a high school sloppy.
Okay, that'll do.
Oh, good.
I thought 30th reunion was a primary school. At 20th reunion, we got primary school sloppies. So I'm still waiting for one of those.
Okay.
Thanks so much, Gila.
Bye. See you then. Bye. Andy, hi.
Hi, guys. So nice to see everyone here. I feel like it's a huge blast from the past. There's quite a lot of Joburgers that I'm in touch with and do see, and I did spend 4 years in Melbourne, so nice to see all the Aussies. And yeah, what can I say? Married 24 years, 3 kids. My son's just matriculated from King David. Actually, the high school was a bit of a time warp for me. He had Mr. Johnson teaching him. My daughter's got Morris Sachs teaching her. My son had Minette Jacobson as well. So who else? Oh, my younger daughter's in the primary school. So I've got an 18-and-a-half-year-old, 16-year-old, and 12-year-old. And Lynn Hayden is teaching her. So it's yeah, a bit of a time warp going to parents' evenings with some of my old teachers. And yeah, but everyone's been really happy.
Do you still call them ma'am and sir, or have you like gone up to first name basis?
It actually depends on the teacher. I'm just trying to think. Like Minette Jacobson was definitely a Minette by the end. She taught myself. She was Benji's director for like 5 years. She was like, it's enough with Mrs. Jacobson. But she was always very much a Mrs. Jacobson.
My husband calls
Mr.
Johnson.
Mr. Johnson, and even
yes,
Miss
my husband as well.
Mrs. Johnson. I see. So yeah, but I think I get so excited for my kids. I think they've had a beautiful education, and it's a huge privilege. I think there's nothing quite like it, and they've taken the best out of King David as well. So yeah, still very involved, and love the school. And yeah, good to see everyone, and those in Israel, stay safe. We definitely didn't sleep much last night, and we have a lot of family and friends in Israel, so very connected. And hope everyone is safe from Sydney yesterday and that terror attack. Yeah, so the world's a crazy place, and I've realized very much a small place. So we spend time in Melbourne, we're back here. I don't know what the future holds. My kids talk about wanting to study overseas. Who knows? At the moment, we're here. So thanks, everyone, and really enjoying it. I'm going to have to pop off just now. So enjoy. Thanks.
Thanks, Andy. Snoopy,
Gila.
hi. Yeah.
Gila, so just wanted to mention, we mentioned the people that passed, but Gary Block was, I think, very influential in all of our lives, the late Gary Bloch and Mr. Bloch, as we knew him, and it's really, you know, I think that he would be looking down, very proud of many of us where we've gone in our lives.
Gary's mom and my late grand were sisters. Snoopy, hi.
Hello, everybody. Is my camera on? You can see?
Yep,
Yeah.
we can see and hear.
Good. Hi, everyone. Gil, thank you for organizing. It's amazing to sit here and just see faces that one hasn't seen literally for many over 30 years. And I have to say, I'm very privileged to say that a lot of these faces on the screen are still very much a part of my life today. And our kids are all at school together. So I'm not going to talk of funny times, but we talk a lot about funny times because there's a lot of us that have the privilege of still being very much in touch. Been living in South Africa, married, have 2 kids, a daughter of 15, a son of 12, also having a bar mitzvah this year, working as a therapist in private practice, specializing in field of grief and loss. And yeah, just feel very privileged when I kind of navigate the school years with my kids. I have the most incredible, happy memories of being a King Davidian and a thoroughbred at that. And this is just amazing. It's great to see all the faces. And just to reiterate, Andy, just for those of you in Israel, thinking of you all, and those in Australia also, I think what happened yesterday rocked all of us. But just, yeah, just this is a treat to be a part of this, and really amazing to see everybody. So thank you. Thanks for organizing.
And I think you're also the school resident go-to. I think you've put all our children and our own minds at ease.
I don't know about that, but thank you.
No, trust me. Thank you. Okay, who would like to go next?
I'll go next. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay, so my married name is Hendry. I was Ilana Sapper. I'm still in Joburg. I've got 2 kids, 17 and 11. My son is actually writing matric now. He's got his last prelim tomorrow. I studied in Australia, met my husband there, and we back in South Africa. What else? I'm a chiropractor. I think that's all. It's just very nice to see everyone. It's really nice. Everyone looks the same to me, more or less. Yeah, thanks for organizing this. It's been lovely.
Thanks so much for coming on. Grant Levitas, are you there?
Oh,
Grant?
Grant
There you go.
Levitas.
Hello.
Yeah, no, I spoke a little bit earlier from
Did you? Oh no, because I
Sydney,
just
so
saw you
I'm
write
not
about
gonna
the
take another
sex
time
house.
slot. No, I was
Where's
just saying
Saki?
Ilana was a Sax House alumni, I think, from memory.
And Saki, where's he? Wasn't he also Sax House?
Who?
what is a
Someone
sex house?
The hostel.
No, I came
The
from
hostel.
Germiston, not that far. We still drove in every day.
Okay, all right. Well, I think the only Sax House alumni is Craig Neeson and I don't know where
No, and
Ian
Wendy's
Quake
not
is.
here.
Wendy's
me.
here. Wendy's here.
Oh, sorry.
And Bram Wax, don't you remember
Yeah,
him?
where's Bram?
Yeah, Bram's not on
No.
here.
Oh, Craig Saki was going to try and join, but he couldn't. Okay, he was also. Oh, okay. Wendy, have you spoken? I don't think so.
Sure, I'll go now. Speaking of Sex House, I only came to the hostel in 1992. I came from Windhoek, Namibia, and at the end of 1991, my parents said to me, there's a school in Joburg, it's called King David, and it's got a hostel, and your brother's going. Do you also want to go? You've got till tomorrow to decide. So I thought, okay, well, I'll go. And that's how I ended up. So I remember leaving after davening, leaving the shul one morning, and it was soon after we'd arrived, and someone was reading names on the back of our shirt. I can't remember why I names it, and I saw my brother's name, and I said, Daron Rachmim, yeah, I know him. But have you seen his sister? She's weird, hey? Anyway, just carried on walking. No, but I did love King David. I loved my years there, and I especially loved my years at the hostel. It was a very, very special place. And yeah, nice to see everybody, and thank you for organizing.
Fish. Shane, that's
I saw
sad.
Lauren.
Did you ever tell that chickie it was you?
I don't know who it was. I didn't turn around. But I was weird.
Shame. Hi, Lauren Cohen, how are you?
Hello, fine. Hi, everybody. Sorry, I put up my hand because I actually have to leave soon. I'm in Boston at the moment and it's early in the morning and I've got to get my daughter to a bat mitzvah actually. But it's really, really good to see all of you. So many memories come through when I see all these faces. I'm looking, and you next to me, I'm thinking about our lift scheme many years. Haley Bilski, I'm thinking about you know, you guys were talking about dreams, and I have also a recurring dream about being disorganized, which hasn't changed, and how I have Haley Bilski in my dream, and I'm desperately asking her for her notes because she's so organized. So yeah, so it's all coming back to me. I'm married. I've got 3 kids. My son is 15. He's also getting his license soon, which is bizarre. I've got a 12-year-old daughter, no, 13 actually, 13-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old daughter. So we're in Boston at the moment. And yeah, many fun memories. Also, you know, was very naughty. I try and use this as an example to my children. I'm sure lots of you, or some of you, might remember my story. I tell them my story about being drunk and losing my front teeth, and that story goes down well. My children are very responsible at the moment because they are very afraid they're going to lose their front teeth. So lots of stories, lots of things that I like to share with my children of what not to do. And that's it, yeah. Think about Mrs. Barkley, Mrs. Schrager gave them both such a hard time. And Brian Hellman, I'm thinking about, you know, being caught in the smoking in the bathroom. So yeah, not a very good child. Hoping my children will be better than I was. But anyway, really, really good to see you all. Just amazing memory lane, and just thank you so much for doing this, and thank you for having me, and just wanted to say hi to all of you before I go.
What do you do in Boston?
Oh, I'm a psychologist. I'm an organizational psychologist. So I work in a bank, doing coaching, leadership development, diversity work, things like that.
Wow. Okay. Great. Greg Edelstein, were you going to say hi next?
I was actually, but I was going to say that Lauren wanted to speak, so I was going to let her speak first, but she has. Hi, everyone. Lovely to see everyone. It's been nice, as you've all said, having a trip down memory lane. I think Snoopy summarized it beautifully in that a lot of us that are still left here with children at King David land up seeing each other at various different Pesach Seder sports events, teachers' evenings, the like. So we are sort of in each other's lives. The rest of you, it is great to see you and catch up. I'm married Romy Farber. We've got 3 beautiful children. My oldest, who is 19, finished at King David last year. Our middle child is in matric. She is also finishing prelims tomorrow. And my youngest has got a bar me next month. And in just echoing what all of you are saying is, I think we really were privileged to have a King David education and to be part of this system that we all take for granted, and seeing our children function in it and develop in it, it's really a sense of being part of something bigger, and to see everyone again just is a reminder of that. It's great to see old faces, too many stories, old stories to share, and just, yeah, to everyone in Israel, be well, be safe, and Gila, thank you for organizing. Be well.
Thanks. Is Romy not sitting next to you?
She's not. She's actually at work. She works for Dolores, and I've got a function. So she was with me earlier, but she had to go to a function.
Oh, shit. Okay. Shan, lovely. Who's next?
I'll go next. Hi,
Thank you, Carmel. Carmel's daughter got married last year, am I right?
Got married in September. I have a married daughter. I have 5 children. 3 have matriculated from King David Bitchy Park, and 1 is in grade 10 at Bitchy Park. And then I have a Lart Lamaki in grade 3 at King David Linksfield. I'm very grateful that they've gone through the system and very grateful that I don't have to again. And as much as I loved it, so good to be out of school. And I'm grateful that they're going to have this kind of an opportunity to be part of something that's so much bigger than they are, which is fantastic. I teach at King David Victory Park, and I teach at Ariel. I teach maths in grade 6 and 7. And my little girl, the grade 3, we have a few of us in this group. There's a few of us they've kind of made a little groupie together because we are the older parents. It's Craig Neeson, Joanne Solomon, Brett Bonner, Haley Fox, and they've all like made a little bit of a group, which is really nice and sweet. And that's about it for me. Nice to see you all.
Oh, I don't think the overseers know what Ariel is.
Oh, Ariel is the remedial school that they've built on the property of King David Victory Park. It goes from grade 1 to grade 7.
Stunning. It's like,
Crossroads and Villa Vista. It's the only Jewish remedial school, as far as I know, from grade 1 to 7.
Yeah. As far as I
Is
know
it,
as well.
is it under the
Stunning.
auspices of King David also, or is it like I
very
said,
much
a
under
school
King
company?
David, and in fact, the kids, because it's on the King David Victory Park property, sport is with Victory Park, and cultural and activities or Victory Park is just a separate school on the property, separate academics.
What I love is it's the same school clothes, it's the same campus, and they have Yom Ha'atzmaut and everything together, don't they?
Everything
So at
together. In
least
fact, a lot of the
everything.
swimming teams and the soccer teams, the cricket teams, it's all mixed. It's Victory Park and Ariel together.
There's no fear of having to go to a new campus. Like, I mean, I don't know, when you leave Bella Vista, there is no Bella Vista High School. You've got to go, new friends, new campus. I love it. I think it's wonderful. Thanks, Carmel. Melissa and Amanda. See you soon. Melissa and Amanda.
Yes. Hi, I'm Melissa Phillips. I was Ming. I'm Amanda Seligman, but I was Amanda Leslie. And we both live in London. I'm a mom of 2 teenage boys, been married for I think it's 21, 22 years. Came here in 2003. I'm a teacher, teach at a Jewish school here in Edgware, which is northwest London. And not many funny stories, just, great memories of King David. But I think, which is great how things turn full circle. I hadn't seen Amanda since I last out of school in matric. And my youngest, who's 14, comes home from school within the first week of his high school and says, I've made a friend and his parents are also South African. So I don't think anything of it because there's a lot of us here. And a week later, he comes back and says, Ethan says his parents know you and his dad went to camp with you and his mom was at school. So small world, it lands up being Amanda and Ryan. So, and now she bought my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's house and they literally live around the corner from us. So it's all sweet.
So yeah, I've got 3 children. My eldest is 15. I've got a daughter who's 13 and a son who's 10. We've been in London for 20 years now. Not stories, but I just remember 2 things that stand out, one from high school, one from primary school. In high school, I remember our first Form 1 assembly. It was probably the first day of we all arrived at high school and the whole school was in the hall waiting for us Form 1s to enter. And I remember they blacked out the halls. I just remember walking into this dark room and there was I think he was a PE teacher, I'm not too sure, but short man, I think, was screaming war cries, and we were all walking into this hall, not knowing what we were walking into. And for the King David Santonians, you might remember Aaron, the security guard. There was this security guard that was on duty every morning, and he had the most amazing memory that he remembered who belonged to which family. He knew the parents' names, the children names, and he followed us through to baptisms and bat mitzvahs. He would come and just check we would all behave. And I believe he went quite far looked after him, and he furthered his career more from than just being a security guard. And just also, if any expats are back in South Africa, I highly recommend you taking your children to see the campuses. I took my children about 2 years ago to see King David Santon and King David Linksfield, and we had the most amazing tour, and just to reminisce and remind ourselves what an amazing school and the opportunities we had there. So yeah, I'd love you to see everybody, and that's it.
Amanda,
you
I
wanna
think
come
it
to
was
King
Mr.
David
Mulvaney. Mr. Mulvaney, maybe.
Yes.
No, it was Mr. Bolton. Mr. Bolton. He did
Okay,
freak
good
out.
memory, Darren. Good memory, Darren. Mulvaney, my baby.
Also, just to say two things, just to respond to both of you. First of all, to your dad, the late Mr. Mink, you know, he taught lots of us. He was a great teacher. Remember him fondly as well. And Amanda, as you say, I remember Aaron very, very well. I remember his on the walkie-talkies. I remember how he used to respond in the walkie-talkies or call the other security guards really well. And whenever I answer the phone or talk to like my kids or whatever, I use that same initial introduction, and they think I'm crazy. But when I tell them the reason, they also have a fond recollection of it now.
Anybody
very
visiting
much.
Joburg, I would love you to let me know that you're coming, and I'll take you around Linksfield. And if you want to go to Santon, I'll arrange for you to go around Santon, but Linksfield, I'd love to take you around. Tammy, you had your hand up. You want to say hi?
Yes, I'd love to say hi before I need to go. I must say this last week on the group has been such a trip down memory lane, watching the matric video and now seeing all of you guys. I haven't had that much opportunity to see King David people. I've been in Cape Town for the last 10 years. I have weirdly sporty kids, so I connected with some of the parents. I've never had a sporty bone in my body, but I connected with some of you guys through the Maccabi Games a few years ago, which was amazing. I wish I had some funny memories, but my memory is as shot as my eyes, and it's probably going to be my hearing soon too. But I do smile every time I think about our home ec class. So maybe Howie Zev or some of the other guys who were in home ec with us will remember some of the funny things that happened then. I've also stayed in touch with some of the teachers. Mr. Syro taught my son maths, and Digby Ritchie runs a movie club group with my parents. So those are just a few other faces and people that I've come across over the past few years. I have 3 kids. I have a stepson who is 24, and I have a son who is almost 20 and a daughter who's 17. And yeah, it's been a fantastic reunion. I've really loved seeing all your faces, remembering everyone from school. And thank you for organizing.
Thank you for coming on. Shelley, have you put your hand up because you're going to say goodbye?
I just want to say something. So I very much remember, so I came from Red Hill to King David Santon in Standard 3. And I remember I was just so blown away because I wasn't, you know, Red Hill's not a Jewish school. And then all of a sudden, I'm in this Jewish school and everybody around me is Jewish. And I just remember being in a non-Jewish school and having to fight for every Jewish holiday to have it taken off, and then just coming into this environment and thinking, wow, these kids just don't know how lucky they are that everything is so easy, like the food, the everything. And I think, you know, we just have such a beautiful life and just just amazing things being Jewish. And just another thing, Anthony, Jeff, do you remember you and David Luboff were quite naughty? And I think I often in King David Santon was made to sit in between the two of you to keep you apart. And used to call me Shelley Hot Dog, which I don't mind. But I do remember that. I'm sure you remember too. Anyway, so good to see you all. Take care, guys. Bye.
I'm glad you weren't saying goodbye. Sharon, hi.
Hi, everybody. I was Sharon Fate, now Sharon Bear. Gilla, thank you for organising all of this. I was also quite a quiet one at school, and then I became a teacher at King David for over 17 years. And I actually taught quite a few of your children. I think it's from Brett Bonner's child to Greg Edelstein's kid, to Leanne's child, to I think Deckel's kid, to, I don't know how many more have I missed out on. You can let me know. So yeah, so
my kid.
sorry, Gilla, I've missed your child. Sorry. Yes, even your child I've even taught.
Thank you.
So, yeah, so I only went to King David High School, but then I landed up in the junior primary. So I was Sharon Fate for quite a while, and I only married 8 years ago. So I've got very young children. I've got a 6-year-old, and I've got, I think you've seen Max come and sit on my lap. He is 4 years old. Max is in the King David system. My daughter's not. And yeah, I left King David. I am still a teacher, but not teaching at King David anymore. So yeah, that's my story. My family, basically also living here, but my husband's whole family live in London, so we actually visit London quite often. So I now see so many of you that live in London. I must actually keep in touch with all of you and meet all of you when I'm actually in London. So really nice seeing all of you, and when I do visit Melbourne, I can see all the people that are in Melbourne because I've got a sister that lives there. I will keep in contact. And I think Grant Levitas, you've met my niece, Tali Dat. So you gave her a lift one day, she told me. So yeah, but just be safe, everybody, and wishing you all a good Pesach, and just everybody be safe wherever you are in the world.
Thank you, Sharon. Karen?
Hi, everybody. I am Karen Was Hummel. I'm still in Joburg. I'm an English teacher, worked at King David in the high school for a while. I have 3 sons. My eldest is in the IDF. And I am as terrified every day as I am ridiculously proud. My other 2 are still in Joburg, and my youngest will follow him in 2 years when he matriculates. He is in the King David system. And yeah, it's just been really wonderful to see everyone. Thank you so much for this.
Thank you for coming on. Hera?
You can give your son the people, my number was pleasure, or other people in Israel if he ever needs anything, only with pleasure.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
That's what this is all about. It's a King David community. You're in Johannesburg, your son's in Israel, and she wants him to come over. Just, I can never, it's not a general thing. I mean, I don't know, I'm an outsider, so I don't know if you understand the privilege that King David has. I mean, you open up your homes to other Jewish people, regardless if they're Davidians or not. I can never put it into words, but this was like a perfect example. Sorry, Pera, I got carried away.
No problem. Thanks, Gila, for organizing, and hello to everyone. It's so nice to see all these special people. That's, as Snoopy said, a lot of whom are part of our lives still every day. I've got 2 daughters, one in grade 11 and one in grade 9 at King David Linksfield. They absolutely love the school, so I live through them year after year, reminiscing my childhood as they go through school. It's certainly a huge privilege for them to be at the school and to be part of the King David community. We don't take it for granted. It's really lovely for them, and hopefully their children will be wearing the same school uniform in I don't know how many years' time. But lovely to see everyone, and be safe, everyone, and have a good Pesach and take good care.
Thanks, Pera. Hi, Sean.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you all. It's been a fantastic couple of hours. Gila, well done. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm still in Joburg, married with 2 kids. I've got a 14-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old son. Yeah, it's actually a privilege for all my sons at King David, and it's an absolute privilege for him to be there. I couldn't believe, I was at the school a couple of weeks ago watching him playing cricket. Couldn't believe how amazing the facilities actually are. really fantastic. And I speak to some of my friends who've immigrated and their kids are at schools all over the world, and they say to me, you know, don't take it for granted. King David's an amazing school and you get an amazing education. So really proud of that. Yeah, as I said, I'm still in Joburg, studied, became a CA. I've been in investment banking for probably the last 18, 19 years. And I'm still doing that at Investec. And yeah, that's my story.
Thank you so much.
Can I share a very quick story about Sean Gordon?
Please do.
So no one will remember this, but I do remember, and I'll ask Sean Gordon if he remembers how he used to shine the cricket ball. I will never, ever forget he shone the cricket ball over here, not on his trousers, but that's just a memory that came back to me now while he was talking.
I don't actually remember that, Granty.
Yeah. Go check your cricket whites. You'll see some red on your chest, not on your trousers.
I was a bit worried there, hey, Grant?
I just want the secret to his shampoo. That's all. Definitely the best hair on.
It's all gone grey now, bro.
Who's that? Sean Gordon, for sure.
Better grey than better hair and grey. They're not there.
I interjected. Sorry.
Lisa, hi.
Hi guys, can you hear me? Hi everybody. So I was Lisa Tapnack. I am Lisa Claff now. I never really left the King David system at all. I've been teaching at King David Roosevelt Clay grade R for 23 years now. So I've got to see quite a few of my friends and their children as parents at the school. Got to teach quite a few of you. And then I'm married to Larry. We have 2 children. Zoe is in matric this year. She's 17, going on 18. And Joshua is in grade 9. Both at King David Linksfield. Very happy, an amazing school, and they really are privileged to be there. The nice thing also is I get to see a lot of you as parents of their friends. So apart from teaching a lot of your children, I also get to see you as friends, which is great. A funny story, if I can think of one. I know we have load shedding now, but many years ago we didn't. And I do remember when we didn't have electricity, there used to be like a manual bell that used to be rung, I think, by Mrs. Cohen. And I remember we used to steal it and hide it away so we could have an extra long break. Used to drive her mad, but I do remember it happening. I'm sure the kids today with load shedding would do it quite often if they got a chance. But yeah, just lovely to see you all. To those of you that have private messaged me, I'm clueless on Zoom, even though I did online teaching for the whole of COVID. So I don't know how to reply privately to you. So just thanks for all the messages. And yeah, that's it. Wishing you all a good
Thanks,
Pesach.
Lisa. Thank you. Who would like? Tony, do you want to say something? I thought you wanted to say something just now. You're good. Who would like to speak next? Yeah.
I just wanted to say thank you, Gilla. Thank you, Aileen. It was so nice to see everyone. I've got to go now, guys. It was really so nice to see everyone again. Loads of love. Have a good day. Bye.
Thanks, Tony. Hi, Nikki Shaw.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, I joined really late, but better late than never.
That's
wow,
right.
it's so good to see all of these faces. But anyway, I'm living in Atlanta at the moment, and I have 3 kids. I have a 16-year-old daughter, a 15-year-old daughter, and a 10-year-old son. And I'm married to Kevin Shull. He was a few years above us at King David. He's Lindy Shull's brother. I don't know if Lindy is on the call. No. Anyway, so we've been here for about 22 years. And unfortunately, I have not been back to visit South Africa, but I am hoping to get there eventually with my kids. I would love to show them, you know, where I lived and where I grew up and our school. And, you know, my kids all go to public school, and I just, you know, didn't realize how I took King David for granted, just the Jewish, just the Jewish education and that sense of community that unfortunately my kids don't get being at public school. But anyway, it's just wonderful to see everybody, and thank you so much for organizing this. And yeah, I hope we can do it again soon.
Thank you, Nikki, and thanks for coming on later, rather late than never. Daniela, hi. Good.
Hi, thanks, Gilla. So I'm Daniela Ezra now, was Daniela Frankel. I've been married for about 17 years. I've got a daughter who's 15 and a son who's nearly 13, so also a bar mitzvah for us in June. We moved to Los Angeles about 10 years ago, and very lucky to be able to send our kids to a Jewish private, what they call here, elementary school. Lots of South Africans there. And so all the South Africans I met, obviously all the discussion was what's the same as King David and what's different to King David and what do we miss and what do we like. Last year we actually moved to Atlanta. So Nikki, I'm in your city now. We should catch up soon. I don't have a funny story, but just a really nice memory. So while I was in LA, there was an in-person reunion, and I was lucky enough to spend some time with Mr. Wolf and have a good chat and a good laugh. And it was very special catching up with him after school, and I still call him Mr. Wolf and Sir for sure. Raylene, I got to meet you in person and have a chat to you as well, so that was fun. And yeah, I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, my three brothers, we are spread out all over the world, one in London, one in Singapore, and then one still in South Africa. So that's quite a challenge. But yeah, this has been lovely. Thank you for organizing, Gilla, dealing with everyone's requests and questions and suggestions. You have the patience of a saint. And yeah, really lovely to see everybody's faces and see everyone well. And I just wish everyone just good luck with everything and stay safe all over the world.
Do you know there are actually quite a few Davidians in Atlanta?
There are. So yeah, it's actually a very nice South African community. So in LA, there are lots of South Africans, but much older. I think the wave of immigration to America happened probably like 8 to 10 years before us. So like when I went to the King David reunion there, I brought the average age down by a lot. Like, I was one of the youngest people, which
like
is
100
totally
years.
crazy. And I saw Alon Deutsch there, which was great to catch up with him, and Brian Tates, who none of them are on. But anyway, we were the youngest there. It was crazy. So
when I think of Atlanta, Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, yeah, no, but yeah, there's a very nice South African community here. We're very happy here.
Good. Right, who's next?
I'll go. I'm Dekel Lupa. I was also one of the quiet kids. Gilla, thank you for arranging this. After high school, I went to the IDF. I studied physics in research and development in the IDF. After finishing at the army, I returned back to South Africa with a degree in physics, thinking I could work at Denel, but unfortunately, I had a restraint of trade. I helped design some military defense systems there. So I went into IT, did an MBA. I have 2 kids. I have a 15-year-old girl, a 12-year-old boy who's at Ariel currently. My daughter's at Linksfield, KD Linksfield. And just seeing all your faces blows my mind. I have such good memories. I remember a geography tour with Arnie. If any of you remember Arnie Ulchula, he tried to expel me the last day before our finals. And June Barkley stood behind me and told him to shut the F up. And I left a joint on his table, which no one ever mentioned or heard of, as a farewell gift to Arnie Ulchula. I did see Arnie a few years later, and he didn't know that I left the joint on his table, but I had a good luck with him, and God rest his soul. I still keep in contact with a lot of you guys, like Wendy I see, Greg I see, Jeff Afriat I see, Lisa I've seen. I see a lot of you guys, and it's so good to see you, like people I haven't seen for ages, and I was really hoping to see a lot more people also. For instance, like Alon Deutsch, you mentioned Alon Deutsch, I miss him. Jason Myers, Daryl Kletz, something like Bram Wax. Like I remember him stealing the answers to the exams, if anyone remembers what happened there. So he got into a lot of cuck for that. I remember so many memories. But in terms of, I used to sit with Mr. Wolf. Used to go past the school every month and sit down and have tea with Mr. Wolf. And he told me a bittersweet story. June Barkley was my inspiration to becoming a physics engineer. And he told me that she was suffering from Alzheimer's or dementia. So I composed an email and he forwarded it on to his daughter. And her daughter read it to her. Yeah, to June's daughter. June read it, got it read to. And June remembered everything from 94 prior, from a lot of you guys. And her daughter wrote back to Elliot saying that June was with tears in her eyes, saying 94 was one of her best years and her worst years. And she says she promises to pinch everyone's ears if she had to see us again. So if anyone remembers June, I'm sure she's pinching your ear right now, especially all of you having your nightmares of maths. So it was a very good privilege, and my kids are in the system, and I'm very happy. I give donations to the foundation, so why not?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to add my thank you. Thank you very much, Deckel.
There's so many. Terry, you haven't spoken. Terry, would you like to speak? Should I say, do you want to unmute? Here we go.
Hello, everybody. Is it the right Terry to speak? Hi, guys. Sorry, I'm just arrived on this Zoom 5 minutes ago. Apologies. This is just so overwhelming. Wow. Apologies that I'm late in joining. I'm speaking to you from Ramat Beit Shemesh, where Aliza and Yoni and Ryan live. We've, thank God, had a quiet day, not a quiet night, but so far so good. I'm not sure exactly what I'm supposed to say here, but this is just so special. And it's great to be here. And I've been in Israel with my family now for almost 25 years. I left when my oldest child was 4 months, so my kids are pretty Israeli, and it's quite interesting to watch your kids grow up with 2 different languages. They speak to each other in Hebrew, but to us in English. And I invite any of you to come if anyone's visiting Israel, I'm sure everyone pops in. You're welcome to come and visit us in Ramat Beit Shemesh. We're half an hour from Jerusalem. And I have 2 kids serving at the moment in the Tzava. My daughter is in intelligence, and my son-in-law is in combat at the moment. So it's rather hectic. And I have a son who also served, but he's finished serving. And my youngest daughter is in 11th grade, which is the most hectic grade in Israel, most hectic academically. So she's in the middle of exams, and that's really it. I'm a grandmother to a 16-year-old little baby, and I was
16-month-old, not 16-year-old.
No, 16 months. No, my gosh, I'm a little bit grey, but not that grey. So that's why I couldn't join the Zoom, because daycare has been cancelled because of the situation, and my daughter's been called up. So I was running after a little baby the whole day. That's good reason. So sending love and best wishes and all these beautiful people who look so young. Wow. God bless, be well, be safe, and come visit.
Adam Daniels is trying to get in. He's saying the link is not working. I don't know if you can post the link maybe on the group again or something.
Yeah, let me quickly repost it. Who else has not spoken? I really, really want you to speak. Anybody?
Looks like everyone's spoken.
I don't think Ryan Bessarabi or Guy Kamovitz have spoken.
I also don't think Ryan has. He said he was too shy. Okay, now that
I mean,
everybody's
I thought
We'll,
my
catch up
daughter
when you
spoke
make
last.
idea, bro.
all right. Why don't you all unmute yourselves and then like have a little talk, and in the interim I will get hold, I'll repost the link.
I've posted it.
Amazing. Thank you.
I
They
think
might just
from
need to
down under, I'm going to
re-register.
soon. Sorry, I think for those of us in down under, I think for me speaking, I think I'm going to fade soon. It's been amazing. You
No,
all
you're
look
not,
great.
Shirley.
Keep
No, you're not.
well. Stay safe. Chag Sameach to you and your beautiful families, and we should all reunite one day soon.
Yes, in Joburg, come and visit.
Or
No, in
Israel.
Israel.
London,
I think Israel's-
But if you come to Joburg, I can give you a sloppy Joe.
Bring the sloppy joes to Israel.
Tempting.
Very, very, very. Come to the special Holy Land where we are so just under God's graces, and it's just very special to be here.
Right.
Ah, thank you guys. It was awesome. So nice to see you all.
Do we have any other grandparents? I mean, Terry, you
I think
raised
Terry's the only one,
put
eh?
up your hand.
Yeah, sure.
Anyone else? No one else?
None that we know of.
That's what you took the words out of my mouth.
No.
I have a fond memory of Dina Camper.
My oldest is 18. I don't want to hear that.
Dina, I have a picture of you and I in grade 1 at Sandringham Primary with an afro. So we've got a little bit to talk about.
Who, Deckel, you or her?
I wish I could fucking say.
I'd actually like to ask the South Africans a question. Like, what is the sentiment in terms of like how, how the Jewish community is continuing over there with everything? I mean, particularly over the Gaza Israel war. Just in terms of how the outside not the community, but like how South Africa has shifted so much and how that's affected you guys, and what does that look like for the future?
Put your phone down and order.
Very united. Very united, Ryan.
And water.
It's
I'll
brought
give you
us
an
more and
example.
more together, I think.
I'll give you an example. So I was at a client and I was sitting over there busy talking, and the client, one of the employees, looks at me and he goes, "When someone in your community dies, what happens?" I said, "Well, the community comes together, we provide food, help, financial aid to help them." And this lady looks back and she goes, "But I don't understand." I said, "What happens in your community?" She goes, "Nothing. Nothing happens." And that just shows how the community in South Africa stays together in the worst and the most best ways possible. And it's all supportive. Everyone's around to help no matter what. And that's the truth of it. There are some places that I refuse to go to now because they knew I was Israeli and I got kicked out of a bakery in Norwood. And I didn't post it on Facebook because I didn't want to cause any problems. And I just don't go there anymore.
That's the problem. We just don't go here and we just don't go there.
It's pretty
Ryan, if I
scary.
can answer your question, I think we must always remember to distinguish between the ANC government and South Africa. And poisonous as the ANC government is and problematic as it is, we mustn't be mistaken in thinking that there aren't many supporters in South Africa of the Jewish community. And I arrived in Israel on the 6th of October for my son's bar mitzvah, which of course never happened. But I was blown away by the number of messages that I got from not only South Africans and non-Jewish South Africans, but people in Kenya, people in Nigeria, people that I've worked with in Malawi. I had a client in Malawi call me and say, "Oh, thank God, I just needed to hear your voice. Thank God you're okay." I had a Kenyan client WhatsApp me and I stand with Israel message. So times are tough, I think, particularly with LL stopping. We're not naive, we don't kid ourselves. but let's also not lose sight of the tremendous support that we do have and the strength of our community, and just like what Deca was referring to, the community is just rallied, and the community here is truly extraordinary.
Sure, it's really
What
good
do
to
you
hear
do?
that.
I'm a lawyer. I head up the media and technology law practice at Worksmans.
Oh, okay, wow.
She only works 1 hour a day.
They jealous.
I work with Ian's wife. Well, not wife, girlfriend.
I would love
Stella,
to be a
can I
housewife.
interrupt?
I mean, a
And can you
houseman.
just talk about Dynamic Davidians? I just heard about, sorry, I wasn't concentrating, but some beautiful person said they're head of something as a lawyer. And I heard that they were a
Media.
woman. I'm
How
sorry.
did you miss the media part?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I
But
need to leave now.
no, just Gila, before I let you, before you go anywhere, Wendy, I'm looking at your name now. Gila, please chat about Dynamic Davidians.
Wendy, the reason I'm saying media is that my daughter wanted to be a film director. That's why I'm like, media. So what Raylene's busy speaking about is we have this category called Dynamic Davidian. So it's anybody who's like excelled in their field. So if you believe, like we believe you have, then we'll get a lady by the name of Shana, our marketing lady, to send you an email. And then if you want to look at our website, www.kdsf.org, you will see all the different Dynamic Davidians, doctors and lawyers and rocket scientists and authors. So it's basically a big broad spectrum. And if you would like to nominate or put yourself forth, that's amazing. It's not nominate, it's just let us know who they are so we can like say, wow.
I'm happy to nominate others. Thank you.
And we'll nominate you.
I was going to say, Gila took words out my mouth, and I'll definitely nominate you. But seriously, guys, it's to showcase to our kids what can become of our future Davidians. It's really a nachas thing. It's to show, just how the success of our alumni all over the world, and importantly, a woman, guys, and importantly in different fields. Not everyone became a doctor or an attorney, or a lawyer. But a lawyer is an attorney, right? But seriously, we've got orchestra heads, we've got some astounding Davidians in every single profession and across all industries. So please, if you know somebody who's done nicely, and you want to highlight them and put them onto our website or even feature them in an upcoming newsletter, we're always on the lookout. Thank you.
Beginning of each year, we talk to the matrics at both schools, and we tell them that if they keep quiet, we generally give them a power bank. Okay, and then Raylene tells them what the foundation does. Shana tells them about where we go in the Dynamic Davidians, and then I play a game with them like, do you know who came out of King David? Adrian Gore, Jonathan Klein, Gary Barber, who owned MGM Studios. And they're like, okay, we get it. So that would be you giving me your information. Let's carry on chatting. I'm actually going to stop the recording, but we can still like chat away. Nobody's rushing you.
I actually just got another question, just to the guys in South Africa. What would you, particularly as parents, say has been the biggest challenge from the time that we were there to what you're seeing now as changes within the school itself that that you've experienced, that you've had to kind of like face or deal with or something, aside from financial, like put financial aside, like just anything else, whether it's like from an outlook perspective or the way that the world's changed. I'd really be interested to understand how King David's dealt with that and how you guys as parents have maybe dealt with those changes, those challenges.
Well, I've seen in King David, I've seen a few changes of some kids re-identifying themselves, which King David has tried to accommodate. I know of 2 kids in Linksfield that have from girl to boy identification, and they did have I think co-ed or non-unisex bathrooms or whatever, but I don't know if they're still being used. That's different. And also obviously the principal, God bless us, she's got lots of chutzpah, that woman. She'll never be an Elliot, but she's got a lot of strength and she brings a new dynamic to King David. What I have seen is that one when we were there, which I think was probably the last best year of KD, just because it's 94. And I've seen those changes, like they have cell phones in classes, the technology's there. There's no longer a bell that rings, for instance. They now have 2 minutes to get to the next classes. Before we had the first bell and the second bell in order to be in class. But also it's changed. It's now the schoolwork it's different. The way they teach is all different. There's Singaporean maths now, for instance. And when I sit down with my daughter or my son, and they're doing these models for Singaporean maths, and I try to explain to them in a very simple physical way in physics, they actually get annoyed with me. And I actually got a phone call from a teacher saying, please stop teaching your kid how to do the maths the old way. This is how we do it the new way. And I got annoyed with the teacher and actually explained to her, but this is how you do maths. This is not even algebra or geometry. This is standard mathematical formulas, and stop trying to rehabilitate their brains into some weird thing, because once they reach high school, Singapore maths falls away and they have to learn the old method. So it's very weird in terms of educational wise. But listen, the education system in King David is still right up there, and there's nothing that anyone can ever take away from them. Even got rated as the top co-ed school in Johannesburg in terms of education.
Ryan, what I heard recently, which I found quite interesting, was from a friend whose kids are at the school. And when we were at school, like if you did really well academically and all that, you were considered like a little bit of a geek, you know, and a little bit nerdy or whatever. Now, it's like if you do well academically, you're considered cool. So I think they're encouraging that a lot more. It's seen in a much more positive light, which I think is only a positive thing. You know, if you're good at computers, if you're good at coding, those type of things, it's seen as, you know, like I said, like you're cool. It's something to be proud of. As in the past, it was probably something that people weren't that proud to, you know, show that they excelled in those particular areas.
And can I answer this? It's in Ron, the school and the kids these days are so much more advanced than what we are or were. It's ridiculous. The level of education and what they have to go through is insane. It's far more advanced than when we were. I say it all the time that I'm grateful that we went through school when we did, because I don't think I would have gone through now currently. There are, when you go to these valedictory ceremonies, there are kids getting, in our day, yes, Sam, Terry, your handful of people got your 6, 7 distinctions. No one got 8. No one got 9. Now you got kids there
Kelly
that are
got
getting
9.
Okay, Kelly. So I'm saying outstanding. Now at King David, you've got 6 or 7 kids that are getting 9.
That's not normal.
Yeah. So
You
what I'm
said it's
trying to
because
say
the
is
education's gone down.
no,
Not because of you, Sharon.
The education level is it's insane. These kids are having to shoot the lights out, and it shows. I mean, they all generally get into whatever courses they want to, which in our day was far easier, because the color of your skin wasn't an issue in your application. Nowadays, unfortunately, it is. If you're going to get high enough marks, you take yourself out of that, and a lot of these kids do that. So it's incredible to see, because it's at an incredibly high level. I think not only at King David. I mean, there's your St. John's, your Rodine's, your what's that other school? Red Hill. They're shooting the lights out these days. It's different.
But Greg, I probably think that's a world phenomenon. I think the world has become incredibly competitive, and that you need to do well to exceed. And for these kids, like you said, to get into university, whether it's in South Africa, the UK, anywhere, it's tough. It's very competitive. And I think these kids, you know, Jewish kids by nature, I think are pretty motivated, and I think they're insightful and they recognize that fact, and they put in the effort, and hopefully they do well and they continue to do well.
Can I share a quick story about Kelly?
Yes.
Yes, please.
So whenever I go back to South Africa, I make a point of going to visit Mashraga. She was my history teacher, and probably was the only one, the only teacher that believed in, you know, what I could do. Anyway, I have a coffee with her at the tuck shop every time I go back, and takes me on a bit of a tour of the school. And the first time I went back to South Africa was, I don't know, maybe I don't know, 16, 17 years ago. I was walking.
Charging it. I'll put it in right now.
I was walking through the admin block and I saw the picture of Kelly, who was the first student to do 9 subjects and get 9 distinctions. And I caught up with Kelly about 6, maybe 8 weeks ago. We're having a coffee, and I said to her, you know, I always go back to the admin block, and I noticed that you were the first student to do 9 subjects and get 9 distinctions. But I always say you weren't even the cleverest in your family.
Mhm.
And she said that I think her younger brother is an absolute genius.
Ross. Yeah. Ross.
So it was. It's just nice to see the pictures are still up in the admin block, and it's always such a treat to go back and look. I must say it's pretty unfortunate that my old room, Craig Neeson, if he's still on the call, will recall the Sachs House room from Form 1 to Form 3 is turned into the Elliot Wolff Library, which is a bit unfortunate that the hostel closed down so soon after we left school, but great memories.
I think
Grant,
that's an elevation.
Sorry?
Grant, that's no longer the Elliot Wolff Media Centre. It's had a facelift and it's now called the Studios, and they have woodwork and needlework and
Yes, I saw that in August. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what I love about the school is that they've changed it from where, like, if you want to do history in Form 1, you do history throughout. Where now they have 2 semesters. So from January to June and then June to December. So if you want to do history, you choose out of history the 5 topics. You choose one of the topics. You do that for 6 months. And then if you didn't like history, you can change to geography or whatever, you know, the subjects of choice are. But they've got stuff like Lego, robotics. Andy, I think you can help me more with what they do.
They have a whole lot of electives, if I remember correctly.
A lot of electives, yeah.
Yeah, they do coding and animation and pottery and art,
ceramics,
and
photography.
My daughter's doing investment.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Proper subjects. You know, like proper real life subjects.
The one nice thing is still to see the matric wall is still there. That hasn't changed.
Oh,
They
wow.
didn't get to do it last year, but they have started this year.
What, getting rid of our matric wall?
They didn't get to draw on the matric wall, no.
So when
What's
I
a tuck shop?
first
Is a tuck shop? Is the tuck shop still like a tuck shop, or is it